things. One, let us know how the mic sounds. I did notice that when I was checking in post, it sounded warmer. If that makes sense? With a little bit of foam up. Yeah. It had a warmer sound. A little less tinny and echoey, but...
Could the temperature make a difference?
Yes, that was it. The air temperature was warmer.
And
therefore the sound was warmer.
Alright.
But we should, hopefully next week, have a whole new setup as far as microphones go. Thanks to many of you guys who have donated, especially all of you that donated the ridiculous amount last night during the finale of Princess of the Apocalypse that got in the final battle every character's ultimate to go off.
Wow.
Nice.
So
and a bunch of reliquary gems.
Just the one.
Just the one, really.
Because some people had some
charges.
But just the one, which was the magic pencil from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And the wizard drew a stick figure version of one of the Ranger's character, and that character, Stick Vannon, as they were calling him. Stick Vannon dealt the final blow to Ogremok, the primordial earth elemental titan, 526 hit points, 20 AC, minimum damage is something in the range of like 30. Legendary actions, legendary resistances, lair actions.
Did it start at full health?
Well, he used its first action on its first turn to summon 3 earth elementals to take 90 damage.
That's fair. I'd do that.
Oh!
If I personally had 560 health.
Fair.
Yeah.
So he's summoned 3 earth.
And then every turn he could have summoned another gargoyle, but I was like, I'm gonna get real bored real quick.
There was a Mandusa too, right?
There was the Mandusa, the one that they've been hunting for over a year and a half.
Oh, I always like Padusa for a male's Medusa.
Well,
Madusa, Padusa.
Did the ultimate.
Well, it's Medusa.
Yeah.
So it would be
Medusa. We Dusa.
He, she, you, Dusa.
We're all Dusas now.
Anyway, it was the Mandusa, Ogremok, the 3 earth elementals that he summoned, and 4 gargoyles.
What level are these guys?
11. Ogremok's a CR 20. Problem was, most people had resistance. One thing I didn't realize till after was that he did have magic, his attacks counted as magic, and one person had resistance to non-magic damage, but there's a barbarian, and then there was a rogue, so they were doing a pretty good job
reducing damage.
Yeah, the wizard had that. I think it was his ultimate, right? He healed everybody for like 23 and then gave them resistance.
Yeah, he gave them resistance to a whole bunch of damage types and gave them 27 temporary hit points.
Oh,
I think you left after the ranger activated his, which every turn everybody heals. At the start of their turn, they heal 2d6 hit points. They have +2 AC, and it's difficult terrain for the enemies. It's like Spirit Guardians, sort of. Anyway, welcome to
Healing Guardians.
Evrand 44.
Oh, yeah.
We do have 2 sponsors. Elderwood Academy. I'll get that sponsorship. My good
They got
friend.
the boxes. They got the towers.
Dice towers and all of the things.
They've got it all. It's so nice.
By the way, Pat, I talked to Quentin and I fixed your tower so that it now turns again. Because the magnets had come out of the bottom. Remember, he gave me.
So he
gave me the new magnets. You see, there's one of the old ones on that metal box in the middle. The new magnets have a little bevel, so it has a spot for the glue to catch.
Nice.
So that is done. And we are also sponsored by Initiative Coffee Company, which
we are
actually what this is right now.
Woo!
This is thank you to Brian, who just sent us 2 more pounds of coffee. So this is Improved Initiative, and we will soon be getting their new roast, which will debut the end of this month. So we've been told. So we'll see. My guess is a dark roast, a light roast, and a medium roast.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So, okay.
The Underdark roast.
Ooh.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
They probably already have a name picked
Probably.
out.
Let's hope.
Design. But if not, feel free.
Yeah.
Although that might be trademarked. Then
Ash,
you could
I
use
didn't see. Was that
Just put a
donation
space in
for
between.
anything specific? You just throw that out there for me in the chat.
Under Dark Roast.
Underscore.
Good underscore.
Yeah. I don't have to think about it. Anyway,
That would be enough points.
so that was that. Last little bit of announcements is there will not be an Impulse character tomorrow, as I forgot that I have to be off-site. So Doctor Strange will have to wait one more week.
Ooh, Doctor Strange.
That'll be a hard one.
What?
Did you already do that?
Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You did Professor Abnormal or something? I fought a Doctor Strange-ish character.
Oh, that was just an NPC I made up for the fight back in. I just made up a character that I was it wasn't me actually building hardcore sitting down and building Doctor Strange.
Okay.
It was me building a transmutation wizard, but with a flavor of Doctor Strange.
Gotcha.
That's
Because
why
I did have to deal with the Iron Bands of...
Bolero,
That's
which
what
is
I
a
said.
magic item.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. But it sounds like the
Does.
Crimson Chains of Sidorak or something like that. Who has the lowest charge count?
I think I have.
Let's get a count real quick. I didn't even look. I got an email from our Twitch guy. It does exist. I just need to refine it. And then we'll have a true on-screen display, I promise.
I got no charge.
Oh, I have more. I have 4.
Nice. 10.
Okay. Well, you used yours at one point. I don't remember if you were back up to 10.
Yeah. Like an $80 donation to get me back up to 10.
You have 7 charges, Beth.
Oh!
You
Snap.
flipping on your face.
How's that?
Ash
Generosity.
just donated $35.
Wow,
Right? For the new
thank
dice.
you.
5 times 7 is 35.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my ring.
Yes. Alright, so 7 charges.
Yeah.
We are only $5 from the reliquary today.
Oh.
We haven't even started yet.
I bet you it's gonna
Ruh-roh.
be bad
Or weird.
or
It
bad.
was good last
Never.
night. Everybody thought it was weird that the SpongeBob magic pencil. I was like, that's a good thing.
That's a great
That's
thing.
a great thing to
It's
have.
wonderful.
I don't
It's
get the
like
reference.
it's like his purple crayon, except it can make living things, well, moving animated things. So they made
Not
this.
purple things though.
Not purple.
No, so they made.
Then what's the point?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess yeah, you're right. Well, if you draw it on something that's already purple, then it
There
becomes
you
then it's a
go.
purple thing.
Fair. I like where your head's at.
Also, we do have a merch store, a new merch store that is now tied into Twitch. So if you buy stuff from the merch store, it will fill the reliquary as well.
Oh, shit. Nice.
It's also
Don't just donate. Get yourself some swag.
it is a little pricier, but that's by design because the shirts are much higher quality than the previous ones.
There you go.
The old ones were like cheap Gildan cotton ones, which is like the lowest of the low of the brand of shirts you can buy. These are a nice polyester blend, but the cost goes up. There is also now 11 ounce and 15 ounce size coffee mugs.
Oh.
So drink your Initiative Coffee Company in a Nerd Immersion mug. Boom.
Simple as that.
And there's other products I haven't gone through, like bikinis and towels and socks.
If you get a bikini, send us a picture.
Oh, and there's
Challenge accepted.
and there's a $13.
Anybody.
There is, yes, thank you. I guess Ash is looking at it right now. There's a $13 poster because it's the cheapest way you could make a poster of Stick Vannon
Oh.
from the winner of last night's fight.
Nice.
So you can get that in a nice 10 by 10 if you want for $13.
Alternately, make your own.
No, it won't be the same.
That's true,
The
it won't
original
be.
art. Anyway.
I'm sold.
So let's jump into this. So also, if you were here before, let us know what you thought. You guys all voted on Twitter and Facebook to suggest that rather than just the normal starting soon screen with just a blank room, filling that starting soon slot with Smash Brothers to keep things a little more interesting was what you guys all voted for. So I would love to know what your thoughts are for that. We have a planned schedule. Didn't really adhere to that today just due to timing of everything, but we're going to go with that going forward. A little Smash Brothers, a Q&A session before the stream starts, then the stream. That's the plan. Hopefully we can get to that.
We're
next
sticking
week.
to it.
We'll see. And lastly, D&D Live, The Descent, the brand new D&D Live event for 2019 that's debuting in the apparently a new module. I thought it was Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which is the module that's coming out in like a month. Turns out, no, we're going to be debuting the next module that comes out in the fall, which may or may not be a thing like Xanathar's.
Ooh.
So there may be new classes,
That would be cool.
but I don't know any of that yet. But I might be able to make a character with cool new stuff to play in the event.
What if the what's the guy? The new guy. What if he's in this next book?
Artificer?
Artificer. You know what I'm talking about. The
New
new
guy.
guy.
Yeah, I got it.
With the things.
Yeah, he's got stuff.
You know, the things.
Yes.
So I would say
Figure
probably I would
Turrets.
I would say probably not, because they have said, granted, as we've proven with many of our things, they'll say one thing,
Do something completely different.
complete threat
I
on
think it goes, they're like, say one thing, and then marketing's like, yeah, but what if we did?
because the Artificer was a class created by Keith Baker in the original 3.5 edition version of Eberron, which was a campaign setting, a steampunk campaign setting, steampunk fantasy. Very interesting, one of my favorite settings. That's where that came from. They released the Wayfarer's Guide to Eberron on the DM's Guild, which has Eberron races and certain things. And they had said that whenever the Artificer is ready to be done, it will be added to that. So, like, it's also like a good faith for purchasing like a book that's a soft release that's not fully developed.
Right.
You'll get that as like a, thank you for doing that.
Fair enough.
That's what I would do, and that's what they had said they were going to do. But
Put it in a hardcover.
There's nothing wrong with Ranger. So,
yeah, exactly.
nothing at all. It's one of the most popular classes.
It is one of the most
You
popular
can eat a
classes.
dick.
People
There
regularly
is
say
going to be.
I played it, and I enjoyed it.
We had a ranger last night, but he was he had between Colossus Slayer and, his attacks were like whatever he rolled plus 11 for the damage. That's great. That's a solid amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also 6 levels ranger, 1 level cleric, and then the rest was all druid. So if that gives you any kind of idea.
None.
6 levels of Ranger is a good number.
Yeah, it's a good number. You get your boosted damage and then never go back. Just run away.
You just get more spells instead. It's smart, but
Anyway.
2/3 of Ranger is terrible.
Yeah, there's also the Acquisitions Incorporated book coming out in July, which I'm super excited for. There's going to be new Acquisitions Incorporated based how to start a franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated, how to build your different subclasses like Occultant and Decisionist and Hordes Person. And there's going to be new
Hordes person.
There's going to be new spells,
Ooh.
which are canon, which I'm very excited about because that means that's
dangerous.
new. It could be very interesting. Well, the biggest thing from Acquisitions Incorporated, which has been their longest running thing, is that whenever someone would ask, originally it was whenever someone would ask Jim Dark Magic, what color is the fire from your fireball? And it was green flame, and then the whole chat erupts with green flame, and there's like a big flashing green light, and now it's like a running thing that they do,
Or they can do green
which is why Green Flame Blade exists, because of that influence.
That makes sense.
So, what happened last time on this show? The party made their way to Belvar. Yes.
2 things.
No.
One,
Yeah.
what does it take for me to change Black Stabbeth from a sword to an axe? Is it a bonus action or
I thought it's just a bonus action. Isn't that what it says in the thing?
in what thing?
That's for changing your pack weapon.
But I didn't think I could change it because it's a magic weapon. I can change my pack weapon, but I can't change this.
Apparently
I can.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
can.
why I'm asking what I can do.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay, cool.
Kick
That
ass.
was one of them, and the other one was how's it going?
It's going well.
Good. Back in Concord.
I'm glad I asked those 2 questions.
Yeah, I was gonna get there. I didn't get there yet.
Oh.
I needed to prove that I was watching because you guys were snarky assholes in the beginning. Sean never watches. Why would he? Watched.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I caught up on what I could.
Okay.
I didn't get through till the end. You guys were camping for. You had heard rapids in the distance when I was stopped.
Oh, okay. Things kind of changed there. All right, anyway.
So there you go. Sean is narcissistic enough to watch for you guys.
We're also narcissistic enough to do something like that.
Yeah, I know you are. That was probably my favorite part of last game. We don't watch. Why would we watch? Because you guys are all narcissists. Oh, yeah. That's fair.
Things like that.
So no, I don't think you can technically change. I know you can shift and change a packed weapon, but it was sort of a packed weapon that was. I mean, that's technically a changed packed weapon anyway, because it's a mace of disruption, but a sword.
I was just clarifying.
So I'm gonna give it to you.
Cool. Not arguing.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
No.
Javelin of destruction.
Now it's been with you for so long. It's infused. It's basically it just exists in the ethereal. You choose what form it takes.
Cool.
The sword is comfortable,
I'm used to it.
but
But if we run into some skeletons,
You could turn into
Warhammer.
a different sword.
I hadn't thought of that.
Like different shape.
Yeah.
Style.
it's a falchion.
Oh!
It's
used
not
to love
a
falchion.
A bastard sword.
If it was a 3/5 falchion, I would love
A
that.
bastard sword is a long sword in 5e, but in 3.5 they were totally different.
Ah.
Anyway.
We
So now we don't have to do. So anyway, the party was at Veilguard Spire. They had received a big loot drop of a bunch of new stuff from the hidden subfloor of the vault beneath, where there were these 12 mosaic tables, similar in design to some of the other mosaics they'd seen about. They gathered a bunch of different things. There was a couple of belts.
Yeah.
There was a very cool new flail that let let Wave make a decision about which he wanted to go, and he had an Ilmater door, a Tyr door, a Torm door, and a blank door. He chose Tyr, which
A good
is a
choice.
pretty good choice.
Yeah.
So some solid damage
Deals extra
boosts.
damage, a little bit of AoE.
Yeah, it's good.
Having that.
Little range.
Little range, yeah. And you got a ladle.
Yeah, I got a soup ladle.
Yeah.
Yep, from, I don't even remember the name of the guy.
What's the
Pendleton
label
or
do
something.
again? Did we ever find out?
Yes.
Killed the cranes
If you
easily.
stir-
Who did that?
If you use it to stir soup or a stew,
Right.
something for 2 hours,
Trombard.
when you eat it, you gain a little HP. I forget how much.
Right. That's where I
And you
separated this one
gain
came from this
more
time.
hit dice
Okay.
back
Yes.
on
Yeah,
a
you-
long rest
Right.
that you spent. You got the belt of Fate's Bane.
2 extra hit.
You have the belt of
The gloves of
unending,
Plus
the gloves
2.
of quaking,
Yeah.
the unending dagger
Plus 2
belt.
daggers. You get ready?
Titan blade.
Because it's in a
Aggressive.
dagger-sized sheath.
I forgot about that.
So I'm looking like I'm not that intimidating, even though I'm covered in adamantine spikes and fur, and then boom, Titan blade.
Fair. All right.
Those are all words.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all things. So, yeah, you guys traveled south, not to Concord, unfortunately, because he watched. So now we can't play that joke.
Well.
Because we said right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, we should say that.
Or maybe I cut that. Doesn't matter.
You cut that.
Well, it's fine. I was cutting it in case he went to watch it, but I was like, he's never going to watch it. It doesn't matter, but it's
Well, you
fine.
cut it anyway. That's okay.
The whole joke was we were going to say that Hank sent them something and they went back to Concord just to see Rev's reaction to the fact that he's in Concord again. For no reason. Anyway, so you guys traversed down the river, the Hodges Creek, down towards Westwick. You ran into a party of adventurers heading to the ruins of Jorf. You guys are not sure if they're evil or not. Most of you are convinced they are.
I'm convinced they are.
And
I'm suspicious.
you guys gave them some food.
Yeah.
Wave was real weird about talking to them. Like,
Yeah.
It was a very weird scenario.
It was very weird.
What you doing in my waters?
Hey guys, how you doing?
But you managed to finish your traversal through the river on the raft that you had made. You went down the waterfall, carried it down around the outside. You were just arriving into the farmlands, sort of around the outside, coming into Westwick.
That's right.
Proper. So that is where we'll start today. I do have to tell you something because I forgot about it last time. I'll give you guys the
You have a
stats.
healing potion.
Oh, yeah?
You have a healing potion.
Thank you. Regular?
Margalar.
I'll take it.
That you guys got a thing that I forgot to give you last time.
Alright.
Because you helped those people that needed help, that were lost.
Hey.
That was a very small service in the name of the Veilguard in the areas that you're chosen to protect. So, I will put this on your character sheets as well. But you guys had Veilguard resolve. You now have Perseverance. As an action, when representing the Veil Guards in the service of the area that they currently protect. You may touch a character, including yourself, to remove 1 level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
If it has more than 1 level of exhaustion, you may expend an additional use to remove each additional level. You can do this a number of times per day, equal to your proficiency bonus.
Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
But you must have at least 1 hit point. The character must have at least 1 hit point to benefit from
Okay.
perseverance. And you get them all back after a long rest. So you feel like you're almost at where you could be, given your current stature within the newly formed Veilguard that you have started.
Nice.
So, that being said, you guys arrive via raft in the town of Westwick. So, you guys can see, it is it's an interesting town. So it's, and I guess town may be a little bit of a small term. It's much larger than any place you've been thus far, except for Carrickfergus. More like a burg, maybe even, you could even call it a city. Ooh, a city might be an accurate term. So the town is, again, primarily a farming community. It's the largest farming community
In the
on
world.
Evrand, anyway. There's other continents, they have their own thing.
Yeah.
But
Loser continents.
you see all manner of, as I said before, all manner of citrus fruits, but fruit in general, right? Apples, oranges, berries, bananas. And it's weird because a lot of these don't seem like they should be able to all grow in the same climate, but you are further south. You're not like equator level, but it's significantly warmer here, although it is the fall. So like apple picking season, right? But like there's all these other fruits there. There are also pumpkins, and that's pretty much it as far as the fruit goes. And you see that the town is sort of oval shaped. It does have a massive port, and there are a bunch of warehouses, and they all seem to be under construction. They all seem more than capable of working, but based on just looking at the architecture and the way things are set up, it seems like this is a kind of people that are very industrious, in that, like, even though this is done, it could be better. We could build more, we could build higher, farther, stronger to make things more just better. Or
These people work like dwarves.
they do work a lot like dwarves, yeah, and you can see that there is even though it is like a farming town, there is a level of craftsmanship, like they seem to hold that very high. You see that around, kind of running along the pier, and there are multiple docks with various size ships coming and going, again being the largest exporter of fruit. You can see what looks, actually Rick, you would know because you've seen this, but never here on the outside, only underground. It looks like tracks. Like minecart tracks,
All right.
kind of running along almost around the entire outskirts of the town, but along the pier here. And you can see from where you guys are, there are machines moving along these tracks. Smoke coming out of the top. So that's a little strange. What may be stranger for a lot of you is that inside the tracks, kind of walking and milling about throughout the streets, are every manner of dinosaur known to anyone. And they go from small little Compsognathus to, things that look like much healthier, less chicken versions of Tad Cooper, large armored creatures, tall bipedal creatures, long-necked quadrupedal creatures.
That was a long neck.
There are several of them, and no one here seems to be like, it's not weird. You see that, like, now that you're kind of looking and taking this all in, like anybody out like tilling the land where you would normally see like a bull pulling a plow, it's like a triceratops pulling a plow. So they're all their beasts of burden and things are all dinosaurs.
That one's the Battle Rager one. No. Yep, the Battle of Dawn. That's what I think it's called.
That
Pretty
doesn't
sure.
sound right.
I'm pretty sure. Sure. Yeah.
Alright,
the
I'll
battle,
use that for it.
the battle done. As
Battle of Dawn.
Battle of Dawn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I how could I have made that mistake?
Who is this guy?
He's just like hanging out. You're like,
Push
oh.
him off the raft.
He's like, well, all right. And he just into the water. And you can see that there are kind of posted up around the town. You guys were just kind of coming in through the farmlands and around the town. We don't have a map of it exactly. Not yet. You guys don't have a map yet. You don't have any reason to make one. You don't even steal one yet.
Oh, well, we will.
Yes.
There is kind of a wooden palisade around the outside, as just like a means of defense to kind of cordon things off. And you can see that there are what look to be some sort of guards, right? Kind of posted about. It is some sort of military or police force here, but everything seems to be moving relatively smoothly.
All right.
And there are, all these different buildings of different size and different degrees of make, whether it's more industrial or more simple farming, but again, all exquisite. A clothesline strung across, dinosaurs milling about the streets, and you can also, actually, everybody can make me a perception check.
You can also make a perception check. 14.
17.
22.
Okay. So everybody with 15 and above.
Oh, not us.
You guys can tell that obviously this oval-shaped area that you're kind of the outside area surrounded by the tracks is well beaten, but as you look around and kind of survey, it almost seems as though this may be a racetrack around the town.
I think there'll be races here.
Now that you point that out, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's true. And let's see, what else do we have that I need to say about this town?
We should legitimately find somebody who will buy some magic items.
Yeah, and you can see there are a bunch of different kinds of shops out and about throughout the town.
Shopping episode.
Shopping
Yeah. There is a smell kind of in the air of cooking meat, which it seems either well seasoned or just a good cut of meat, because it's just kind of permeating the town. And it's weird, depending on where you are or where the wind blows, you get this like nice citrusy smell, or you might get this smell of meat, or like fresh cut sawdust. It's very strange depending on which way the wind is blowing.
And the sea air.
And the sea air, yeah.
And dinosaur dung.
There's that too. A little bit.
Not bad all in all.
No. But as you guys are getting more excited, I'm assuming you guys, the river does run through the town out to the sea. Are you guys just kind of lazily rivering along through the town, or did you
I feel like that's what we were doing.
Or I don't know if you decided to hop off and then walk. Or
We should find a place. Do we want to keep this raft?
I want to keep my rope.
Yeah. Alright.
I mean, do we need to sail anywhere else?
Well, we can't really sail with this.
So why don't we just assemble it and put the logs in the carpet so we have them in case we need to reassemble it?
Okay. That's a good idea.
And we don't have to carry it.
I'll take it
The
apart.
logs individually can fit into the carpet, right?
Yes, they can.
Aha!
Aha! Now it's just taking apart, put it in-
All right. So you guys also notice as you guys are disassembling your raft in the middle of town here.
Shh. You don't want to let people know what it is. Now it's.
That there is a strange. Some of these creatures, these dinosaurs, have a weird mixture of mechanical and natural. Like you'll see that some of them maybe have like a leg amputated and it's replaced sort of with like a wheel. Some of them have more armaments attached to them, or things to help, like almost like a crane on some of these ones with the longer necks to help lift up things as they're building up. Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty cool. They're construction dinosaur robots. I like it.
Isn't
Yes.
that a TV show for little kids?
It is. Dino Trucks.
Dino trucks.
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm in for that.
I was
All right.
obsessed with it and I had to watch it all the time.
I'm just imagining a T-Rex with one giant wheel for legs. Being like,
It'd be more like
I know.
and Kylosaurus would say, but sure, we
So-
can make it.
I was picturing a T-Rex with 2 grabber arms. So we can grab
And Wave, I'd like you to make me a perception check with advantage.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would be hilarious.
30?
You smell something.
Oh.
Is it a smelly smell?
Something you haven't smelled in months. It takes you back to a simpler time before you fucked over your whole town. And it's coming from the far end of town, and you know this smell. This is some prime quality gouger.
Ooh. I see him like floating up. And he's got like this, the smell is like, turns into like an anthropomorphic woman, and it's just like, and it does that. He sucks all the smell into his nose.
Wave's just gonna start walking in that direction.
You guys see Wave just...
Hey, we're still taking apart this. Where you going?
Totally in the zone.
Just ignores. Alright, how much longer do I have until I'm finished taking this apart?
Worried about that?
We'll say like 5 minutes. Well, you already started. We'll give you a couple
Okay,
minutes,
go roll.
basically.
Alright, you guys go. I'll catch up.
Go where?
With him.
Oh, fine.
What do you want to do?
It's fine, I'll do it.
Alright, here. Take this horn. Blow it at me if you get in trouble. At me specifically.
Sure.
Alright, cool.
And it is the distinct
Giving you the carpet, I'm assuming?
scent of High Fury. You know this particular blend, and you know why it's here.
Yes.
Does he find the sword?
Oh.
He sees there is a ridiculously beautifully built almost mansion in this town now on the corner, kind of near the sea, with its own sort of port here. And it's got a big wrought iron fence in front of it, and there's a big gouger leaf carved in wood right on the front. And it's got High Fury Farm carved on it. You can see the plants there. They kind of keep them on the outskirts of town, on the outside of the train tracks.
Right.
Yeah, you see this building, and walking, or sort of, I guess you could say, rolling about in kind of an almost like a defensive pattern in front of it is this massive T-Rex. It's the best way I can describe it because that's what it is.
It's a great way to describe it to you.
But instead, like where the legs sort of come down at
I
the
know
knee
what
joint,
I'm imagining.
it is some sort of tread.
Oh no! It's a tank.
And it does still have, tiny little T-Rex arms and, obviously a big T-Rex jaw, but the jaw is sort of outfitted with like hydraulics around the outside, the top and the bottom. And the tail has sort of a grafted steel attachment to the end of the tail, and you see a long chain with a real, like, puts your flail to shame. Big ass spiked ball on the end of it. And it's just sort of like patrolling the perimeter of this farm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you keep going?
No.
Are you done?
Yes.
What? Okay, let's go.
Back to Rick.
Smells are strong, man.
You're done. You guys have
Smells like-
disassembled.
Hey.
Hey.
You walked a while and then stopped.
Alright,
Then
well,
came back.
good. What'd you find?
The High Fury Mansion.
I don't know what that means.
Remember the High Fury guy, Blake?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
He's doing pretty well for himself.
Apparently, if he has a mansion, I'll tell you guys the story of what happened. Generally, I won't make Wave look as bad as he did.
The whole Bastion and the guys.
Yeah, I'll totally go through that time where you
Yeah,
accidentally
that's funny.
murdered that guy a
No,
lot.
I didn't murder him. I just brought
Turn
him
him
back.
into a vegetable.
Yeah.
And then unleash something that killed him.
Yes.
You didn't murder him.
Yeah, actually, yes.
But you flat out like
It was murder with extra steps.
Yeah. Yeah, it was either murder. It was either murder and then he got killed by the undead, or murder and then he just dies from wasting away because you can't like intubate him and do all that stuff.
Right.
Okay, cool. I mean, the mansion makes sense since he is.
The only guy around.
Yeah, he owns all of it.
Yeah. So he just has a.
I mean, it's like on the corner, so it's like a literal corner on the market.
Oh.
Oh,
He's better be
Oh.
careful. Pick out all those
Did
seeds
you
and stuff.
want me to go buy you some since he doesn't know me?
Sure. Oh, I thought you were gonna buy me some.
And
Your money.
Why? What have I ever done that made you think that?
Do you have any money?
Not enough to get some.
How do you?
How much money do
How
you
much money do
have?
you have?
25 gold.
You.
What happened to all your money?
I bought a horse.
Have we not gotten money since that?
No, not really.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
as you're
yeah.
talking about this, you just see like kind of almost like tumbleweeds over to your feet,
Mm-hmm.
and you look down at it while these guys are all talking, and you see it, and you look at Wave, and it as it unfolds, it's just like it seems like a piece of white canvas,
Okay.
and as it sort of unfolds, you see straps with buckles unfold off of it, and for some reason, it just seemingly by trinkety chance, a straitjacket unfolds at your feet.
What you got there, bud?
It seems to be a coat meant to stop people from hurting themselves. And I'm debating whether it would be a good choice for you. I guess, do you want it so you don't hurt yourself?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm Wave the Undefeatable. I'm sure.
That's a really weird way to pronounce who hides in lakes. Undefeatable. That's not how I would pronounce it,
I
but
feel like that was more like a toilet than a lake.
that's true. Hides in toilets. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
The big house.
If you change your mind. So would you like me to try and purchase some for 25 gold?
Or, maybe like 5 gold.
No.
Oh, he doesn't want it now.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, this is probably not his store.
Yes, but there's probably one in town.
Oh yeah, but like he's probably not in the store.
Yeah, but he's probably in town.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe he was like, hey, if a fucking blue dude comes in, don't sell it to them.
Based on the story you told me.
He might say
Not outside of the
Yeah,
realm of
seems likely.
possibility.
Honestly, I don't think he would recognize me.
You are spiky.
Yes, but now I'm covered in white
Quite
fur.
distinct.
I used to just have a.
Is Buffy outside? That sounds like a thing Claire would do, and then forget to let her back in.
Oh, no, of course.
Alright, so. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So we should go into town
We should go
and check out
find
the
it.
shops.
Yeah, I'd like to sell some items. I have some magic items that I would like to sell. One of which is this amulet of health,
Okay.
which I feel like would be an attractive item for somebody.
What does it do?
It improves your constitution.
Requiring in 2 minutes.
Yep. So, I left her outside, went to the grocery store, didn't tell anybody. She was just saying yesterday, there's going to be one of these times I'm going to leave her out there and forget.
There was this time.
It was
Yes,
this
that
time.
was this time, yeah.
Sure, if you'd like to do that.
I would like to do that. There's guards and police types around.
There are.
I'm gonna walk up to one.
Alright.
I say, excuse me, sir.
And he says, what's up?
I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of a shop which might be interested in the purchase of items of a magical nature.
He says, alright. Because I haven't seen you around. You're very
No.
distinct, so I
Yeah.
think I would remember.
No, we just got in today.
We all are.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep, we're traveling. We came from the what's that tower called?
Valgard.
Yeah, Velgar Tower. And now we are on our way to. What's the name of that place we're on our way to? What's the name of that river that we're going on? I don't know.
Something
Past
river?
the there.
That
By
goes.
Bin. There's the Bin.
Yeah,
the
there's
river.
Yeah,
Bin,
yes.
that river.
He goes,
Heads that way.
do you guys have a map? Because you might want to invest in one.
Oh no, I do. I'll pull it out.
Okay.
We have that.
No,
That map.
I have one of the main maps.
You have the world map.
Yeah, I've got the world map.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This river here, it doesn't have its name on it on my map.
Oh, right. The Challenge River?
The Challenge River. That sounds right. Anyway, that's where we're heading.
Alright, well. He goes, you know what?
No.
You're new in town. I'm not going to judge, but, somebody that was a little bit more of a hard ass might, think you're a little shifty. You show up, you're like, we're looking to sell some magic stuff. We're going to a place, and we came from a place. We don't really know what either one of them are called.
No, that's just me. These guys know. You're probably not wrong, but you have to remember that if I was gonna do this more shiftily, I wouldn't have asked a guy who looks like he's a guard who's supposed to deal with shifty types.
He goes, I mean, you have a point, but maybe you're just bad at this.
They are.
I would be.
Alright, well, anyway. So he says, what kind of stuff are you trying to sell? Because there's a couple different shops.
Just
Like general.
Just generally,
Like, is it weapons?
we have
Is
some
it-
weapons and we have some other stuff and a little bit of armor.
Okay. Alright. So he says, okay. For your weapons, gonna want to go over there, and he points to a shop that looks sort of like if a shop was the Iron Throne.
Ooh.
So there are like blades kind of coming all out of it. And he says that one's called Knife to Meet You.
Nice to meet you. You know what? I feel like I'd fit in there.
Yeah, he seemed like two of a kind. So yeah, that would be the best place to sell any kind of armaments that you have. And he says, again, we're smaller compared to some of the larger cities, so I can't really promise you it's going to be the best price because we got farming money.
Yeah, of course.
He says, if you got any boots? You trying to sell any boots?
You guys got any boots you want to sell?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Says, well, if you're looking for boots that remind you of home, you're gonna want to go visit Payless Shoes. No, they don't serve elves though, so you guys are good. They sell dwarven boots though.
Fayless.
Yes.
All right, dwarven boots. Those are good.
Yeah, they're good at protecting from
Goblins. yeah, well, I know. Doesn't help against Koto though.
You got some slippers.
I'm not selling those though. I like my slippers.
Yeah.
It's like they look comfortable.
They're great. You wouldn't believe.
And he says, yeah, there's a shop that kind of has a whole bunch of random knickknacks
All
and
right.
things. Some is magic, some is not. Because it's also an inn. So people tend to spend a lot of time there because you go there and you're like, oh, I'm gonna stay for the night, and maybe I'll just peruse the show floor. It's called the Time Waste Inn.
You should probably not go there.
They'll buy your magic stuff though. It's not weapons.
That's true. All right. Well, we might have to stop in, but we'll have to promise to keep looking down to like 10 minutes. 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, are we gonna stay here overnight?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Because if it's an inn, just do it then.
Maybe. What time of day?
Like at the end of the day.
It's pretty early.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm gonna say
early.
it's pretty early.
Let's see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Play it by ear. All right. Awesome. Well, that's great. I really appreciate the information. What's the best restaurant around here? Real quick. Last thing.
Do I have a restaurant on my list of names over here? This is what kind of food you're looking for.
Seafood.
Really?
Dino meat.
Dino meat?
Dinosaur.
How is dinosaur?
So you smell that, and you can't smell that cooking meat.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, it's like, well, he says, except for in this town, it's like steak, but rarer.
Okay.
But here, everybody has it because
Right.
it's the most abundant thing. So, like, we don't really have cows. We have dinosaurs. We use that for our beef and our bacon and all that stuff.
All
Can
right.
we get street food? Like street dino
There, and he
food?
says there is, he goes, it'll come around at some point. You'll hear it. There's a gong.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Monster Foodies. It's a food truck. Kind of go around on those tracks, and they sell all sorts of weird, eccentric, exotic monster bits.
Cool.
So if you're feeling, I worded that really poorly.
Yeah.
It says, but like, if you're wanting to try something like
Exotic.
exotic, they'll probably have it. Guy's a little weird though.
All right. It's okay. We're a little weird.
That's true. What's your name?
Says my name is. Do I have on my list of names? No, I don't. My name is.
Cecil.
No.
Ah, damn.
Cecil.
No.
Good though.
Bartholomew.
Basil.
Fart for short.
His name will be. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. His name will be Hooper.
Hooper.
I don't remember Bartholomew.
It's a good one.
I do like that one. Stinking cloud. No.
That's a bonus action.
That's a bonus action.
Gaseous ray.
Gaseous ray. Gaseous form.
If he gets high enough level, cloud kill.
Oh.
Ooh.
So he
Wait.
he says, "Is there anything else since you guys are new?"
Cast shatter.
Sounds like a bus for.
That sounds like most of what we need. You guys need any other information?
I don't think so.
What's the best way to travel east from here?
Yeah.
He says, "There's a road.
The road. Yeah.
The road's probably your best bet."
Alright.
Is there a temple?
Yeah, there's a couple temples here, and he kind of like looks you up and down. He's like, "Any specific?"
Ilmater, Tyr, Torm.
He's like, "Yeah, there's a temple of Torn here. A couple other gods, Shantae and a few others."
Alright. Well, town guard Hooper.
He says, "Listen, You guys are gonna be here for a little while, right after lunch, around 1 o'clock. Dinosaur races. You bet. If you're feeling frisky, you can join. You guys have your. She's like, he looks at like sickly Tad Cooper, and he's like, I don't think you can ride him, but if you have your own, you can enter it. Buy one, enter it, or try to join on a racing team.
All right.
Hey, TC, you think you can hold me up?
You don't think he can hold you up?
You could probably hold Oz up.
He could hold Oz up.
That would be a killer combo.
It would be. And he says there's a couple of different brackets. Only bipeds, only quadrupeds, unchained, anything goes. Not supposed to really get into any fights, right? You know, you're supposed to let the dinosaurs do the racing, but it's like, if I'm being honest, as long as it's not overtly like you just straight up kill someone,
Yeah.
we kind of look the other way.
Well, I'm spiky. I have that effect.
And he says, yeah, I mean, as long as it's not obvious.
Okay.
He says, we have our ways of dealing with people who, of ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-wells. They never do
Dang,
well.
ne'er-do-wells.
Never, ever.
Ooh.
You
And
guys
he pats like a...
are the worst
Yep.
at not seeming suspicious.
It's okay. We don't do anything wrong, so we can be as suspicious
Yeah, we're
as
the
we
good
want.
guys.
And
You
he
don't
said-
do anything illegal. I wouldn't say you don't do anything wrong.
All right. I
We don't intentionally do things wrong.
No, you do things incorrectly.
Yeah, that's different. But we
But
never do things out of
intentionally-
malice.
Hooper,
Hmm.
if
just
someone was
Bad at being good.
interested in purchasing a dinosaur, could you direct us to?
Yeah, he says there's a
retail
couple of
fair
different
price?
places. He says if you head kind of further in and closer to the road, kind of more eastward, you'll see there's a couple of different pens where there are people that train them. Depending on what kind you're looking for, we've got just about everything, but some may be younger and a little less trained, but that's a potential training opportunity for you. You can get a more seasoned one. Might cost you a little bit more. And then as far as rigging, you could go with standard, like hook up a cart to it, or you could try to get a little fancy and kind of outfit your dinosaur with something a little more unique. And then he'll kind of just gesture, and you'll see some of these other dinosaurs that are out and about that have some of the mechanical attachments. Like you'll see an Ankylosaurus with is a dump truck. Next to the back is a dump truck, you know. And he's like, and maybe. And he kind of like, he's been eyeing, like, trying to have this conversation, but like his one eye keeps like drifting over to Tad Cooper, just how like gross he looks. And he's just like, maybe you could find something to help your friend be a little more, you know.
Presentable.
Good.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Or, you know, if you have things you want to alter
I'm pretty sure it's a bird.
or tweak, there are people here that could do that.
He's unique.
What
Alright.
about a hatchery?
I mean, for dinosaurs, yeah, of course.
It's a perfect place to sell your egg.
Yeah.
And he says the only other thing I can think of that I should mention is obviously we're quite the industrious town. If you need to purchase any kind of tools, I'll be honest, you're not going to find anything better anywhere else.
All right.
Alright.
So,
Thank you. But I think we have all the tools we need.
it says,
Resin roast mode.
and he chuckles to that and he says, but no, seriously though, you guys are very distinguishable. We'll be making sure we keep an eye. You guys have very questionable ways of having conversations. So,
We are the Veil Guard.
Yeah. We are knights.
and he's just like,
Why, oh why would you bring that up right after he said you're bad at talking to people? And you're conspicuous.
Wait.
I didn't
Is
talk
it
to
because
him.
he's bad at talking to people and is conspicuous?
I didn't really talk to him that much.
It's because he's blue, isn't he? Isn't it?
Anyway,
Without
look,
the
hey,
D.
I really appreciate you
Without
taking the
the
time
die.
to give us this information.
yeah.
They're knuckleheads, and we're gonna get out of your hair.
Have a great day.
Yeah, if you need us,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you can find us.
Fist bump.
I'm sure I couldn't. No, thank you.
Oh.
Because I can't.
Bye, Hooper.
And he's like,
You know, sometimes I do. I empathize with you and your plight.
You did all the talking.
I am simultaneously comforted and terrified
Yeah.
by that. The reason I am...
As you're walking, you sort of like it's seemingly out of nowhere. Like it looks like a rock,
Oh, look,
The
this
ground?
rock.
and you just like bump into it, and as it kind of falls over, and it's actually an egg.
Oh shit.
An egg about the size of your fist.
You should sell it at the hatchery.
That's heavier than it looks.
No, this one's heavier than it looks.
It's almost steel in color.
Ooh,
I'm
fancy.
gonna steal it.
Anyway, continue your.
I will smash your egg into 1,000 pieces. Alright.
What I was saying is, you guys could probably use some beasts of burden back at the tower. This would be a good place to purchase some if you could hire someone to
Drive them up there.
drive them up there.
I bet you we could. That's a great idea. You're welcome. Alright. Let's...
Glad to see you participate.
Does anybody have any weapons that they would want to sell?
Vigilance. But maybe not
Which one?
vigilance.
Why not?
Because maybe it's not a good enough price.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fair. But it's something you would be willing to sell.
Pat, can you? Sorry, Celine, can you roll me a d6, please?
3.
I got this custom cloak.
Yeah, it's a nice
Do you want to
cloak.
roll me a d30 then?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We got a blue one right there.
Ah, that's Pat's. You go right ahead, Callum. 24.
Okay, that's legit.
Feeling poor.
Yeah, because we rolled a bad.
I knew it.
We rolled a
I
bad?
knew it,
You
internet.
said 1 and 2 was good, 3 and 4 was bad, 5 and 6 was weird.
Fuck.
Oh,
I think, and yeah.
shucks. Oh my god, stop being 3.
Oz would love that.
I was thinking that exact same thing.
Alright.
4.
So, that is up. And you said, what did you roll, Pat? 29?
24.
24? Okay, let's find out what
Wait,
happens.
guys.
No.
No, we can't have that happen again.
Again.
If it's one that just happened, I will
Fudge it.
Oh yeah, either that or we'll just roll it again.
But if we did get that one again, we're NPCs everywhere.
Yeah.
So many opportunities here.
Hey, Hooper!
Oh, no.
No.
Maybe not Hooper. Maybe anybody else.
Yeah, literally.
Hey, random street hobo. We'll give you 5 gold to kiss this dead guy.
Lady of the night, if you please.
I feel like I'll
24, you say?
24, Weezer.
Oh, no.
Look at the smile. It's so
What
I
did
don't
you
want
do
it.
to us?
I'm not sure. I'll know as soon as we start it, but until then, I came up with some bad things.
That's
Oh, I was gonna pick Celine.
Oh,
And I rolled and it came up Celine.
I think I know what this one is.
Oh, man.
She's gonna be an old lady.
So you see, as you guys are walking away and he's waving as you say bye and you're walking away, you guys start to leave and he's like, you know what, hold on. It's like, I've seen you before.
How? I've
And-
lived in a monastery since I was 7.
And he kind of blows a whistle and you hear a bunch of other people come and he's like, you thought with your other friends and their distracting nature and this guy's very straight man attitude, I wouldn't know.
I'm,
Now
And he
wait,
said,
now wait just a minute. here.
listen, I'm not talking to you. And he says, you thought you could come in here,
Alright,
steal all this stuff,
alright.
and then just turn around
Hold it.
and walk back in
Hold
here
it.
with this kind of
You
arrogance.
should probably do
No.
You should probably have better
I don't think so. You're going to jail.
sir, I'm 12.
And he's like, yeah, you would say
No,
that.
I'm not very good at intimidating.
Alright, so...
And you watch as he reaches to his belt.
hold on a second now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna do a thing. I just need to remember what
What's
it's
called?
called. I just got it. It's Veil's Guard Resolve.
Which is about frightened.
Right, and I'm going to intimidate him.
That's not how
That's
that.
right, no?
That's not
Frightened?
No, it gives you advantage against being frightened.
So go ahead and make your intimidation check.
Oh, I guess I will. We are the good people here, and I'm sorry, but you are mistaken for 16. Oh wait, I can use guidance. Oh, 19.
What's your AC?
Oh, 21.
Okay, so as he's looking at you, he doesn't even look up as he reaches down to his belt and he picks up this yellow sort of ball and he's talking to you and he just sort of goes like this without even looking. It hits you, immediately wraps around you and you fall unconscious immediately.
Oh, shit.
And he says,
What?
that's one. And you see like there's like a bandolier of these things.
Okay, there's obviously some sort of misunderstanding.
Which
here.
we will work out later.
Right. Can
With whoever
Yeah, we'll
she's
talk
being
it
taken
through.
to.
Yeah, and he says, thank you.
Yeah, no, he's being reasonable.
Listen, you know you're traveling with one of the most notorious criminals of all of Evrand.
I feel like she's not smart enough to do that.
I'm not.
That's her game.
Really not.
Everybody thinks she's just a child. She's got a baby face. She pretends to be incompetent. The chicken threw me off, but I figure, you know what? You come into a town where people have dinosaurs, you get a weird looking chicken, people might not think anything of it. And she's traveling with a band of people that draw attention away from her. She's the seemingly normalest one out of all of you. At a casual glance. But no. We're going to deal with this. Come on, you're coming with me. And there's more of those people kind of lining up. Same outfit, more of those.
I guess.
Yes.
My dream.
Who-
I
Is
guess.
this a dream? Is this a bad dream? I'm assuming this is just a dream at this point.
In case she is a tiny child, is it appropriate for one of us to accompany her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
I
mean, how well do you... I mean, you've been traveling with her. How well do you really know her?
I'm not the A-team of asking that question.
You're the only one who seems to have a reasonable...
Yeah, she's alright.
Alright. So they take you...
Thanks for that vote of confidence.
Hands where we can see him.
Here, let me take your backpack. Thank you.
Okay, get the backpack?
Yeah.
You want to drag him?
Oh, the other people will... As the other people come up, they'll have basically one of the other kind of outfitted in a similar sort of purple not purple. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm saying purple, but anyway, similar kind of yellow designed armor will kind of come, and this big bipedal carnosaur with longer arms, not a T-Rex, and horns kind of protruding from the side of the head will just sort of like pick him
How
up.
big is this thing?
It's like 25 feet tall. I'm sorry, not 25. That's a T-Rex. It's like 15 feet tall. It just picks him up.
Alright.
It just kind of like holds him, and
Careful
you are
there,
out.
big boy.
And they're like, "Don't worry about him. Until we take that off, he'll be unconscious."
Alright.
No rush.
I guess we'll just come along then.
And he says,
We
"Thank
need
you."
to have a serious conversation. Not right now.
And he's just like, "All right. So if you'll follow me," and he'll lead you over, kind of through the town, and like, there's a bunch of like little kids are like, "Ooh." And like, there's like one that's like kind of like this on the back of like a little triceratops, and is just like watching the parade of you guys go through the street. You pass by another shop that is also selling miniature horses, not like little Sebastian, like the horse is about the size
Like
of
the
a
tiny
cat.
giraffe.
Yeah, basically, it's like the size of a cat, but they come in all manner of pastel colors you could imagine.
You know what?
No.
It's a good thing he's unconscious
Yes.
right now. So, Hooper.
Yeah.
What are they doing with Brina right now? Like,
They're just she's kind of surrounded, and these guys have these yellow, these sort of ball shaped. It seems like a piece of fabric. 'Cause when it hit him, it sort of wrapped around him completely, and they're just kind of like holding
to
him,
go?
like as they're sort of. And there's like 4 of them around her, and they are hesitant, but they're all holding those.
they're all ready to go.
They're ready to go.
They don't. How do they look? These 4 guys. Like nervous.
Not there may be a little bit of some nerves there. But like one guy who's like a little burlier of a guy, he looks like he's got this smile on his face, like, got you, fucker. Like,
Oops. Not good.
I feel like this is a big old overreaction, people.
they're like, yeah.
Never been to Westwick in my
Listen,
life.
your silver tongue's not gonna work here. We're on to you.
Oh! 7'11". There, giant purple monster. Just,
Sorry, if you had spoken with her ever, you would know why that's funny.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, Officer Hooper, we were wondering, and by we I mean me, how do these proceedings go? What's the plan?
And they say, well, we'll do some research, and we will, there'll be cases presented against, and put her in a lineup of similar folks, see if people can pick her out. And if people are saying that they're convinced that she is the one, then we'll go to court, and she'll be presented with an attorney, unless she has one of her own. And the court will be decided of a jury of her peers or people here in the town.
All
May I
right.
ask a question, please?
And the other people are like, and he's like, fine.
Well, 2 questions, really.
That you're already. That's your.
So,
That was a statement.
so like, what crimes am I being accused of?
And he's like, you know,
I really don't.
he would say that.
She would.
She did.
Okay.
I would if I was her. I'm very confused.
And the person that you think I am, do they have a name? Like, who do you think I am?
Listen, we all know about Babyface Celine, right? She's one of the most notorious criminals on this side of the Challenge River. Her exploits cross continents. She sneaks in and works her way into people, gets in, becomes good friends with people, and then just robs them blind. She's not opposed to violence. She is just stellar at pretending like she doesn't know what's going on, but that's the game. Is that you're like, oh, she just doesn't know what's fine. She's fine, and then that's how she gets you.
Is Babyface Celine impervious to magical means of telling the truth?
People have tried. She seems like she's able to fool it.
Oh, well, that doesn't help things. That's not so good.
No.
So we tried. We had clerics, paladins, and I mean, under the effects, they know. That's how that works. I don't do magic, but they know how that works. And they're like, all right, tell us this. And she's like, the sky is purple. And they're like, but I don't get it. The sky's not purple. And also, you should be under the effects that she can somehow beat it. No one knows how.
Well, that was my idea.
That was a good idea. I didn't know you could do it, but it's a good idea.
All right, come with
If
us.
you contact my family, they'll tell you I'm not this person. I have a scroll of pedigree.
Sure, probably forged it yourself.
But I didn't. This family. It's just that.
You don't have to prove it to me.
You also don't have it because it's in your backpack.
I don't.
He has it. He has it.
All right, so you guys you head to this building, this sort of large, square-based, sort of towering structure that has 3 kind of words written across it coming down, and it is the Ne'er-do-well Apprehension Police, and there's a period after each one, NAP. You guys make your way inside the building.
I feel like I could have picked a better acronym.
Then he's like,
Okay.
all right, come on. So he kind of brings you inside, and inside, it is very calm. Like, there's like the kind of music you'd hear in like a spa, like a massage place, like very calm, tranquil music. Everything's very calm. Everyone's kind of like they all have this gruff exterior when they're out there, and everybody comes inside. Everybody's very chill. Yeah, like the Wii Shop music, right? Like you know what I'm thinking. I'm talking about. There is a lot of plant life in here as well. Kind of very oxygenated. And they kind of come in here, and then basically as it gets to the outside, the Carnotaurus kind of just kind of drops wave. The other guys kind of pick him up and just carry him inside. And they're like, we're probably going to let him go. I mean, there's no charge against intimidating people, but I saw this was going to get a little bit worse if I let this go. Better to just nip it in the bud.
You're not going to get any arguments from anyone here.
Yeah, well.
Alright, so we're going to leave him here.
Okay.
It says you're going to accompany her.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to leave him with you.
Alright.
Don't mess with the thing. We'll take it off once this is sorted out.
Alright, I sit down.
All right.
Spiked.
Yeah, there's a nice, lush, now spike-filled, sofa. And they're like, and they just sort of like.
He can mend that later.
Can you?
No, he can't.
I was gonna.
Yeah, well, that's as far as I know. You're the most magic guy I know.
Double checking. I think I purposefully did not take my name.
It's fine though, because
I don't have that.
Because
Message. I can't.
oh,
Prestidigitation.
it's not gonna do anything. No. But as far as I know, you can. Until you told me that right now.
When he wakes up, go to one of the temples and see if
They know a lawyer.
that or would be willing to zone of truth someone. I'm coming up with an idea.
All right. I got an idea too.
Is
it one of us instead of her? To zone of truth?
No. Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to suggestion her to tell the truth. They'll zone of truth me. I'll be telling them the truth that the spell's working. That's all I got.
All right, that's fair enough.
Alright. And,
So,
yeah, they will.
Come on, Brina.
They'll take. They're like. And they'll take basically her to a back room. Double glass. You're on the other side.
Rick's just thinking about that fucking ring right now. He's like, what the fuck, man? Maybe. She conned me out of that ring. Just asked for it. Just complained about it for like a week, and I was like, oh, okay, you can have
I
it.
thought you stole it back.
No. I pretended. I stole it back.
See, I was listening to it, so I didn't see
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
the thing.
So, you'll be behind the glass, and Hooper
We give her a
will
bunch
be
of our
in
magic
there,
items.
I didn't
With
ask
you.
for it,
and they'll sit her down in a chair,
but I didn't
and
make
an
you.
investigator will come in. 2 investigators, obviously. That's how you do these things.
Yeah.
One of them
Good
puts
cop, better cop.
one puts a tray
No.
of strawberry frosted donuts
Mm.
on the table in front of you. That's where we're gonna take a break.
I have to pee so bad.
So
Rick's
we will
just thinking,
be-
he's like, yeah.
We'll be right back, Internet. We're gonna take a short break. Hi, Internet, we're back. Brina is being mistaken for the notorious criminal, Babyface Celine.
Oh, me.
Such
Oh.
face. Much baby.
So,
So sweet.
you are in a interrogation room. Hooper and Rev are behind the same glass, but you don't know that. And there are two there are 2 investigators in the room.
I'm not in there with you anymore.
No.
One of them is walking around, kind of just like surveying the room, like as if he's never been here before. The other one is sitting at the table, and he slides the plate of strawberry frosted donuts across the table. He says, "You hungry?
Always.
By all means, have a donut." It's really fucking good.
Really good donut.
Strawberry.
I'm not with you.
He's
I'm
on the other side of the
Oh.
glass. It's just you right now.
Just shaking his head.
What? Now we're
You're not there. You don't know.
Well, I need a donut.
It's like, here, have another one. Made fresh this morning. Do you? And that's what he says to you.
Well, I'm still in my first one.
Okay.
Let me see how I feel.
Oh, you went. So I assume.
I took a big bite because I
Oh.
like the first bite to be big, and then I eat the rest.
Oh, okay. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
So specific.
You don't know Brina's life.
I just
Apparently.
assumed that
Apparently.
I thought that was the whole donut. My mistake.
I mean, it was like 3/4 of the donut.
Okay, all right.
We got just eat the fucking donut.
So the other guy who's kind of walking around, he kind of is looking at like the double pane glass, like through it. He can't see you guys, but he's looking through it. And he says, "So what did you say your name was?"
Brina.
Brina, right? Is that short for anything?
No, just Brina.
Okay. You have a last name, Brina?
Thorn.
All right. And where are you from?
Norin.
Interesting. All right. And what brings you all the way over here across the sea to Evrand?
I was studying with the monks up at the Doton Abbey.
All right. And how long were you at the Abbey? And you see, he takes out like a
5
little
years?
notebook.
5 years.
You sure?
Yeah. I went there when I was 7. I'm not good at math.
Gotcha. Writes a little note down on a piece of paper. Says, so, it's a long way from the Abbey.
Yeah.
Only 5 years. What, why'd you leave?
Go adventuring.
Gotcha.
It was really boring there. It's a bunch of old stuffy dudes.
Huh, okay.
Rick puts his foot on Wave, and he's like, "Ha, undertow." That's all.
Like, don't get me wrong, they were nice there. It was just, I have a lot of energy, and people tend to not want to hang out with me. And these guys seem cool, and they agreed to take me with them. So,
Okay.
I didn't agree.
Gotcha. So you were at an abbey to study what? Discipline, martial arts. What was your purpose of being there?
my parents wanted to get rid of me.
Doing sick ass tattoos.
Basically.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, like, it wasn't really my choice to go there.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
I went.
So, if we were to say reach out to these parents of yours, would they be able to inform us of what you've been up to, when you left, what you've been doing for a reasonable amount of time?
Yeah, the monks sent them reports.
Gotcha. And these
If you want a more
monks-
accurate picture of what I've been doing, you should talk to the monks themselves since I was
Gotcha.
living with them. But my parents know the gist.
Okay, alright, so these monks, we can reach out to them and they'll corroborate your story that you weren't involved in any kind of shady dealings and illegal procurement of items that don't belong to you, and violence and things like that.
No,
No, they won't.
they will corroborate my story. Corroborate.
And he's like, gotcha.
She's good.
And he's just writing down more things in his notebook. So he says,
I know how that feels. Mhm.
And just to not
Much
get
better
any confused,
this
like I'm a monk, so we do the martial arts stuff. So like if that counts as violence, then there. But like not in any nefarious violence against another human.
gotcha. What about other races?
Well, see, people, dwarves, elves, gnomes, anybody.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright.
I'm a peaceful person. Mostly. Not you.
Hooper's like, just like eyebrow as he's seeing you just chuckle to yourself from the other side of the glass. It's just like, alright, and he's taking note of what's going on.
You should see what she can do with a punch. Actually, pretty brilliant.
And he's like,
Oh, look, a
Go on.
compliment.
Is that-
I've only
Go
been
on,
violent
tell
in
me.
the aid of others.
and he says, gotcha. And these others that you've been violent in the aid for, to use your own words. Who? Well, tell me a time that you were violent in service of someone other than yourself.
There's this lady tiefling, Sorrow, who's getting attacked by some bad people who are serving a real bad guy. The opposite of Ilmater.
It's like, don't worry, we've got all day.
Sorry.
Get out of here, you're asleep. Listen, I'm gonna start docking shit from you.
Oh, better
Shut
just
your damn mouth.
He put you to sleep for a reason. God,
I don't know, is
Rick
it?
hates snoring.
Sure, Loviatar, is that... You seem
Trying to
uncertain.
see if I wrote the name down.
You seem uncertain, Brina, about your all these good deeds you've done.
But yeah, so we helped rescue her from those bad people, and then there's this other dude, Brother Drander, who we helped save from bad people as well. You can talk to them. They go out there up in Wickham. Well, technically they're at the Tower of the Veil Guard, but that's pretty much Wickham.
Okay. And the other guy sitting in the chair, he picks up one of the donuts and he starts eating the donut. And he
Really
looks,
good, right?
and he's looking at the other guy, and they're looking at each other. And the guy looks back out at the glass towards you and Cooper, and he says, "So."
Is Ted Cooper in with me?
No,
Okay, I did.
he's outside.
Okay.
I think Jake just broke Pat.
I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like. So, you're right over
What's
there?
happening?
I'm sleeping. He's sleeping.
Anyway, so he says, huh, and you've never been to Westwick before?
Nope.
Huh.
Well, first time.
Interesting. And, it's funny that you come to Westwick for the first time and now you've got some sort of strange, if one could call it a dinosaur, companion here with you.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. I put you to sleep for a reason. So he says, we're gonna have to keep you here for a little while. We're gonna have some folks come in, see if they can identify you. Make sure you're who you say you are.
Okay.
'Cause there's a lot of people.
Spiky dude who took my backpack also has my scroll thingy that says that I'm of my noble family back in North.
Sure. We'll have to have that authenticated.
That's fair. Just thought it might help to, show who I am.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, enjoy the donuts.
Thanks.
And they leave.
When they leave me with the plate of donuts.
Yes.
Oh God, you get sick.
Just frosting.
So Hooper's just like,
What?
no, nothing. I don't, Babyface Celine, an excellent liar. I wouldn't know what to believe based on what that was all about.
Based only on your description of Babyface Celine, I think if that was Babyface Celine, she'd have a better story than...
That's the trick, though. Her story is so seemingly simple and unbelievable, and believable, rather, that you'd be like, there's no way this could be done. And that's
Wait.
how she gets you.
You think that story was believable? She has parents who hate her on another continent, so they sent her to a monk abbey? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If that was her fake story...
Interesting.
Also, she probably would have given you less, specific people to talk to.
That's true.
Like, she named
She
a
didn't.
pretty local Ilmatorian priest who you could easily corroborate her story with.
We may just have to do that.
Yeah.
Babyface Celine spy network runs far and wide.
All right, yeah, I guess. Do any of the what was it called? The Time Waste Inn? Would they sell any sending kits?
Yeah, they'd have them there.
Okay. Is that a way that we could contact, say, someone at the Abbey quickly?
It would. I mean, it could definitely help. I mean, obviously, you could say whatever you want, but we can try that avenue till it leads to an end.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
I would put up the money for the spending kit in her defense.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. It
All
just seems. I don't know.
Oh no, you got a bad one.
Oh, Pat, how'd you get a bad cup?
Did you bring that from home?
No.
Did you get a new cup? I think you brought. Yeah, I didn't give you that cup. Oh, did you pour your own coffee? That's why. Go upstairs. Get a new cup.
First. Those ones are garbage.
That's what happens when he poured his own cup, and I just
Garbage coffee. Oh, terrible cup.
How long do I sit in here by myself?
well, we have to deal with what else is going on, so we're going for a while. So, eventually Hooper and Rev come out towards you, and there's...
I stand up.
And then...
She told the truth.
All right, that's good.
That's all we can ask.
Yeah. We're good. Everything's good. Okay, what's the plan from here?
She named a few names. Brother Drander, Sorrow. Gonna try and corroborate her story. I suggested getting a sending kit from the Time Waste Inn so we could contact someone at the Abbey.
That's a good idea.
That everyone would be able to hear their response. I've never been there, so I don't know if there's, like, someone trustworthy or reliable.
Yeah, there's a couple trustworthy and reliable people there.
Like, people that would be well-known enough that their word would count all the way down here.
There might be a couple.
And also, Hooper, have you ever... I've never used a sending kit, so I don't exactly know how they work. When you initiate that first contact, is there a way for you to, I guess, do you declare aloud who you're trying to talk to?
It's sort of, I'll tell you, there's a couple of little, it's got a piece of paper, and it comes with a little tiny, like, throwaway quill with enough ink to basically write someone's name, and you sort of write the name on the piece of parchment. There's a tiny little sort of bowl, and you put it in there, and then when that kind of, you light that up, and when that goes up, it kind of opens the beacon to that person. You say your 25 words. They get there, then they get their response.
Okay, so if we were to kind of pursue that avenue, anyone around would know who we're contacting. That's not something we could fool.
Yeah, I mean, unless they had an alias, but
I didn't think of.
I mean, like, your name is
reference,
right. And if you also went by Bob,
yeah,
and I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna talk to Bob the Truth Teller, and that's an alias that you've decided to use, I could reach out and get you that way.
I wasn't aware it would work with an alias. I thought it was.
How about the Grand Master of the Temple, the Calidus, Grand Master of Lions? Pretty specific title.
Yeah.
If you've heard of anybody from the Doton Abbey, it would be him.
Who's gonna answer your
maybe he's kind of out there in a ethereal sense, so maybe not. But there's some other people there. I just have to remember their names. I'm just terrible with this kind of
There's
stuff.
Chuck the storeroom guy.
I do have Chuck, but I didn't think that would be a good way to go.
Probably not. I'm trying to remember what the other dude, the one who like.
I have Chuck the Supply Man.
Oh.
I also have. I have what they are and their races, but not what any of their names are.
All right.
White robed monk, half orc.
That's not gonna help.
Cool.
Wave's gonna be the one who has that information. He's like,
So at this point, if it's not inappropriate, I was gonna go and try and get some of these.
yeah, and he says, listen, you're not under any investigation. You're the only one I don't have any suspicions about.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go do that then.
Okay.
Would this be a good time for you to?
I mean, we
I'm
can.
just gonna point to him.
Do you think we should?
I mean, if it has to happen eventually.
Do you have the red one? Or the tattoo one, the green one? That would probably be the ideal
Oh
one.
no, just this female hat on.
Do you have it? That's your job.
Gone.
Gone.
Technically,
That was
I
the
only played
god
the character for
that the
one day.
white
Oh.
robed half-orc worships.
Could we just contact Chongo? Because everybody's heard of Chongo.
Yes, but Chongo never met her.
It doesn't
We don't know
matter.
that.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
We played with him the entire time.
He was with us. He left and then we met you.
That's fair.
That was the whole thing. Because you guys were here at the same time.
Yeah, because I was like,
Calidus is the only name I wrote down.
Nah! Seemed like the only important one!
I've got all of their names right here. You know who probably has it? Fucking Chongo.
Richard Chongo has it.
Because he...
We'll have to
I don't know if
contact
their
Chongo.
names came up when I played Brina. Because I was only
Piper.
in the
Piper.
Piper.
Brad the Leather
Oh, no.
Worker? Where was that?
because I was only in the
Oh, no, that's a
for
different place.
one.
No, these are different people.
What about your guy?
Piper, Kurt, Delwyn. No. These are all random.
Kurt was playing the guitar.
Kurt played the guitar with Chongo. Yes, Piper, you know who Piper was someone, but she wasn't, you know,
The master.
she wasn't a master. She was nice
was
and
nice.
higher ranking.
Well, like I would know the name of the green guy. I would know the name of all these people. I don't know if their names came up in gameplay because it was only for that one day. So like,
I feel like there was that
I feel
one
like-
time when you went up to go ask everybody.
Like, ironically, Celine spent the least amount of time in the Downton Abbey.
that's true.
Like, we all played way
Yeah.
more in the Downton Abbey than she did.
That's true. It is ironic.
and like the people whose names came up while I was there, I wrote down.
So yeah, Cedric.
I don't know if it would be weird or not while we figure this out. If you want to text Will and see if he has no.
Nah.
Reach out to Chongo, and Chongo will be like, "Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that chick from the
Obviously.
that tiefling chick.
You could
He tried real hard, and he persevered."
we do
Cedric.
Yeah.
An hour later.
I'm waking up, Wave.
Oh, is it time to wake him up?
That's what I'm asking. Should we do it now or wait till later?
I'll probably just now. Maybe he remembers somebody's name.
That's a fair point. Hooper, would you mind, please?
Yeah, and he just sort of snaps, and it sort of and it comes back into his hand.
That's really
That is
cool.
the coolest thing I've ever
Puts
seen.
it on his belt. Sorry, there's a quote
Wave.
popped up in the chat, and it just.
Which quote is it?
Wave.
Well, I don't want anything all up in my butt, Jake.
Wait, I saw you open your eyes. Just get up.
You're awake.
Oh, okay, I'm awake.
As soon as the
I was waking
material comes off you, wake up.
Oh, yes.
Good nap.
Oh.
Alright.
You're in a totally different place than you were before.
So anyway,
this
Brina
is
is
that.
under arrest for what was she actually charged for?
Oh,
Yeah, I never.
grand larceny, violence, arson.
That doesn't sound like her.
Doesn't sound like her at all. Sounds a lot like Ember.
She didn't grand larceny. If she did any larceny, it was
Also
petty.
petty larceny. All of the larcenies.
Oh.
Any amount of larceny one can do.
Yeah, it varied.
Horse thievery.
Sure.
Oh no.
Actually, no. We're in
Dinosaur
Dinosaur
thievery.
thievery.
Oh no.
This is
Impersonating a minor.
No, there's no real miners here in the town.
Ah, okay.
Impersonating a
Hi
farmer.
oh. Hi oh. True.
alright. Wave, do you remember anyone from the Abbey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than
Grandmaster
Calidus.
And fucking right over there, he has Chuck written.
And Brina, 13. Oh, wait, no, I crossed it. Yeah, no, 13.
Chad Cooper.
Yep.
Oh, man. At least one of my bizarre NPCs stuck, and the supply room guy. But fucking nobody else. Oh,
Master
Calidus.
Oh, we can always ask Dick Fairley.
Yeah, I feel like Brina would just know. Just saying.
Right now, you're Brita's not there.
I know
You're
Brina's not
here.
there.
So it's a moot point, I guess.
Yeah,
Unless we go
Brina,
after
yeah, because they're gonna go deal with it.
Yeah. Well,
You're
Fair.
you're in custody.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll say sure. You
Yeah.
know their names.
I know their names, but nobody's asking me.
Let's go get the kids.
Okay. Oh, we can ask your guy up in Bergen's homestead. Anyway, so we killed this ancient black dragon a while back.
All right.
And that was, I don't know if you heard about the ancient black dragon attack up in Bergen's
Oh, we saw it.
homestead.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah, we fucking murdered that thing. Alright? It was absolutely attacking the town in Bergen's homestead. Alright, so we tracked it down. A bunch of very brave warriors from the town came along with us, and many of them died. We were fortunate enough to survive.
Yeah.
He looks to you because this sounds like a really great way to just explain how you murdered a whole bunch of people.
Oh, no.
No, but you're the only
Yeah.
one that he believes.
Yes. No.
Anyway, what's
I mean,
the name of your guy? up
He
there?
actually made it sound easier
Grizzly
than it
Maddox.
was.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, it was pretty
That means
pretty
this guy.
harrowing experience. But I don't know if you've heard of Grizzly Maddox up in Bergen's homestead, kind of the big cheese over there. But he's a small big cheese.
He's like, nah, I can't say that.
Yeah,
or maybe somebody
militia captain of a small logging village.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of
around.
small villages, though, you hear that shit that went down at Gouger?
Oh.
We got the last remaining guy alive. He's right over there.
Well,
Can we see him currently?
No, he's
Oh.
gesturing over to Blake's
Oh,
house.
midget.
That's
Oh,
it,
yeah.
man.
I
He's
was
like,
wondering
he's
if-
doing real well for himself.
Ah.
Turns out, there's not any of that shit left. He's got the only... somehow, this guy had
Rick
the...
right now is gonna stomp real hard on Wave's foot so he doesn't say anything.
He says it's uncanny how he somehow knew to take all of the plants that he had on a boat and leave before all that went down. It's like he must be a psychic or something.
Either that or it had something to do with it.
And maybe, I don't know. That's
Mm.
possible too.
Yeah. That's a
Keep
good
an eye
point.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really like that Gouger leaf stuff.
Oh, no, me either. That's why we keep him on the outskirts of town,
Yeah.
because it just kind of smells up the whole place.
It really does. You know,
You try to hide it.
you can't.
You can't. No,
Not
it
even
just,
a little.
it just permeates.
Not a big fan.
No, me either.
While I agree with both of you, we have a thing to do.
Oh, yeah,
We
no.
should
Oh, yeah,
go.
you guys should probably go.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anyway, it was nice chatting. And we're gonna prove her innocence, so we're gonna
Okay,
go
yeah.
back.
That's listen. All I gotta say is you're lucky that whether or not this may be you're just lucky that this happened here, where we have a well-defined judicial system, and not someplace like Dethair where they just kill you in the street
Ooh.
if they think you're
A criminal.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or I mean, apparently Bricken's Homestead they kind of go by that too. You figure out your own shit.
Oh, yeah, they kind of figure out there's a little bit of street justice there. But mostly, the most important thing to know.
cheaters like the floor.
Cheers.
Well, everybody knows
Alright,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. The floor. Yeah.
yeah, everybody knows that.
So,
Praise tier.
Sure.
I guess.
alright, off to the time waste.
And as we were walking away, well, I mean, I didn't want to correct you in front of Hooper, but I feel like we're not trying to prove her innocence. We're trying to prove the truth. Because if she is who they say she is, she can stay here, right?
You know, actually, what I was thinking about is, do you remember that ring that I gave her?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. I got she kept bugging me, yeah, exactly, about that ring. And I was like, well, it doesn't make sense because she can run a lot faster than me. Like, I should be able to have something a little bit more range.
Yeah.
She kept bugging me until she got it. And she got both of her fucking knuckles from him. Just slowly getting our
thoughts and prayers. Got them, but they were
And she
waves.
kind of like swindled me into that loan a little bit, you know?
No.
That was your fault.
No, she didn't. I wasn't there, but I know for a fact. Was not her. But also, I remember the ring thing, and I feel like if she was who they say she is, she would have been better at it.
But it worked.
Yeah, but they're saying she was a master criminal and manipulator, and if that were the case, I feel like she would have made it seem like your idea to give it to her.
That's true. And she probably
And
would have
she
ditched
did
us already.
not. She just kept on saying, I want it.
You
That's
also
true.
would have let me drink alcohol.
No, I wouldn't have.
You might have.
Not if you're pretending.
I
to
feel
be
like she would have been
a
more
kid.
convincing to like make
Oh.
let you have you guys like so that you guys did stuff that she wanted you to.
Maybe.
You guys say no a lot to Brina. so
That's
like,
true. That's a good point.
If I remember the Knuckles thing correctly, didn't she just ask you for them and you weren't using them?
She asked a couple times, though, didn't she?
Yeah, but weren't you not using them
Yeah,
and
you
had
couldn't.
no plan on using them?
Not at all.
Yeah, so that's not really her being a master manipulator, more just being reasonable.
No, you're not wrong. It's just
I know.
when you think about things backwards, through time, sometimes.
When you pick out isolated incidents to fit a narrative instead of looking at it the whole
Which is
picture.
exactly what these guys are doing. Which is why I'm saying that's bad.
Am I just in the
Are you
investigation
saying
this
it's
whole
bad?
time?
I am.
An
There's no
interrogation
more
room?
donuts, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine. Being like
Brina
doing
ate
like
the
handstands,
fucking
like
donuts.
balancing
Is that a bad idea?
on like
Guess it's a bad.
the chair and doing stuff. Why is it a bad idea? They're donuts.
Because
Why is it a bad idea? Eat the donuts.
because people who are falsely accused typically are upset, and when you're upset, you're typically not hungry. It is a test many law enforcement use to judge guilt. If you eat, it shows comfort.
I'd have eaten those donuts. Even if I was falsely accused. But I'm a nervous eater.
Some 12-year-old kid. Sugary pastry.
Red is still upset because you would look more innocent if you did not eat the donuts. I'm not like mad.
Also, I've been here for hours. I got hungry.
Alright, so you guys
You
make,
ate them all
within
Sure.
5 minutes.
I didn't eat the
All right.
whole within 5 minutes.
So the time
I ate
wasted.
some of them.
you guys make your way there.
Yeah,
Nice place.
I thought so.
Is it a nice place?
It is a nice
Oh,
place.
I thought
It's
it was.
it is multiple stories. It looks to be currently 4. They're building a 5th.
Oh, wow.
Fancy.
It's got, this one has a lot of rounded architecture, where we saw kind of the police force building was very square. So there's a lot of like curved archways as you're coming in,
Alright.
and once you get inside, you can see that there is sort of like a very small sort of tavern area, kind of right there, but more like a front desk. But there's a couple bottles behind the bar, and a staircase that kind of goes up and wraps around and up again, and that seems to be like there's this floor, the floor above it all seems to be shop related, and then the top 2 are the actual rooms. But the way the staircase goes, you can walk all the way around, and it just lets more area to see all of the things that are in the shop. So you have to pass by 2 floors of the shop before you can get to your room.
Sneaky.
And also down here, kind of at the front desk, there's more things around. So the longer you're sitting here and around, there's more things to look at to tempt you to buy them.
Alright. I'm gonna not look at those things and not be tempted to buy them.
I'm gonna make a beeline to whoever seems to be working.
I'm gonna keep my head down and follow them.
Okay, and wave.
I'm gonna give you a couple gold for my room, and then I'm gonna go to the temple.
Oh, we're not getting.
When I get-
He was unconscious when we talked about
That's fair. We're here to get a sending kit so we can try and prove the truth.
Let's do that.
Alright, so here is your gold bag.
Okay.
Are you gonna go to the temple though? That's a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
While you're there, to see if if they have any clerics or paladins that know Zone of Truth. Will do. Thanks. Meet you back at the station when you're done.
Yeah, so you head up to person kind of behind the counter, and they're just like, "What's up?"
I'm interested in purchasing some sending kits, please.
Sure. How many do you need?
How much would 3 cost me?
150 gold pieces.
What would you give me for? And then I will pull out the goggles of the bloodsucker.
Remind me what those ones did. That just lets you see where there's blood, right?
These goggles allow, any source of blood within 60 feet, as long as it isn't impeded by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal. The goggles look like compound bug eyes with a long proboscis-like appendage in the middle, reminiscent of a sturge.
Rick's favorite.
You named your shoulder thing Morg the Shoulder Smasher.
I know.
Ah.
I went back to watch the video to figure it out.
That's what I put it in his
Yeah.
D Beyond
Yes.
Good.
He says we could I could trade those, and he'll take some time and kind of look over. I'm gonna put on like a little monocle, and you see it kind of flares with magic as he's staring at it. And he says, "Yeah, could probably do this. Maybe give you 50 gold pieces, get you those 3, and give you 50 gold pieces for it."
Deal.
All right. So he hands over the 3 individual sending kits and 50 gold pieces.
Thank you. If we required a room for the night, how much would that be?
Who has the gloves of deep?
He does. Yeah, they're
They're good.
5 silver pieces per day.
Just so I don't think I still have it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Enjoy your day.
You too. Come on back. Plenty more to look at.
Gentlemen.
Oh, wait, I got a thing to say real quick.
Okay.
We're right here. I pull
Yeah.
up my amulet of health. This is a powerful magical item which improves one's ability to survive.
Why am I not using that?
I offered it to you. You said you didn't want it for attunement? I offered it last time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember why I didn't do it.
Hurdy-gurdy?
Hurdy-gurdy is not attunement.
Your sword is attunement.
Oh, the
Yeah,
hurdy.
but-
No, the hurdy-gurdy is attunement. Okay, it was the
What do you got?
hurdy-gurdy, my sword, and my shield.
Okay, that would be why
Right,
you're
the
not
skull rune shield it requires attunement.
It does now that it's done.
Yeah, those are the 3. That's why. Never mind.
You can always have your shield and not be attuned to it, I guess.
If only I didn't have the scribe amulet.
Just defeat Osler. You don't have to worry about it.
That would be a real good thing to have.
This is a real good thing to have.
What? It wouldn't do anything.
No?
It
Doesn't
makes
it
your
give you more health?
No, it makes your constitution a 19. Yours is an 18. It doesn't change.
What am I talking about?
I don't know.
No, that's the thing Tom gave you way back when.
Oh yeah.
He gave him double health.
Oh, yeah.
I would not fucking sell that. I would never use. I would give up 3 attunement slots for that bitch.
Tom also doesn't understand attunement slots either.
That's true. We didn't have them. It was a great way to intro. It was like D&D light, though.
It was like D&D 3.5. It was more like D&D 2E, but 5E rules, kind of.
That makes sense.
Here's your magic ebony and ivory loot. Gives you a plus 20 on performance checks. Alright,
Thank you.
fuck. Go make some money. It's like, or you could sell it for 5,000 gold. Cool, we're level 2. Let me do that. Roll me a percentile. Actually, I'm sorry. Make me a persuasion check. Good sir.
All right.
Thank you for the subscription.
Woo! Sorry,
Ten.
Jake.
You're good.
10.
10. Roll me a oh no, never mind. He says 2,000.
Feel like it's worth more than that. I mean, it's a big fucking ruby, right? In the center of it.
Potentially.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that's what it.
I think so. I think it's a heart with a big ruby in it.
Oh, no. That's probably the parapet of health. The amulet of health.
It's just like a sun thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, best I could do for you is about 2,000 gold. Right here. He, bag of gold on the counter. So give it to you right now.
I'll hold on for it. For now.
All right.
Only other thing is I have this flask. Whoosh. I pull out this green flask. This is the flask of unending life. So, it is either if you focus on it and are able to control its powers, which most people should be able to do, it will heal you. Otherwise, it will poison you when you drink from it.
Is
Cool.
that a tune?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. Yeah.
Alright. Hey, 15.
He goes, I'll probably do 4,000 for that.
Alright, we'll go for that. I really appreciate it. That's great. I will definitely take the 4,000 gold, and you can have the flask of endless life. Sorry, not undying life. Just real quick, do you know what this is? And I'll pull out my new steel egg.
I'll take it. I'll look at it. Put on his little monocle again. It flares with magic. He says, huh.
Does a flare.
That's the
Flare.
Good, I liked it. I liked it.
He says,
What kind of magic is it?
it's not magic.
The thing?
Oh, his thing?
Enhancement magic.
Pro-hancement magic.
Oh,
Ho ho!
Divination magic.
it's a good kind of magic.
He says, huh. Now I'm not really sure what this is. And he kind of like pulls out like a stethoscope. He's listening to the egg. Because I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything alive in there. But, I don't know. It's real heavy.
Yeah,
Heavier than it looks.
heavier than other eggs
Yeah.
of its
It's
size.
pretty big. This is definitely not a dinosaur egg. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. Are you able to tell what kind of metal that is?
And he kind of, oh, hang on. He pulls out like a little tiny, like dead blow hammer, and he's like, he's knocking around on it. He goes, you know, I'm not really sure. This is something funky.
Is it hollow?
Is it? I think the whatever the shell is. I think it's really thick, so it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I can't really tell though.
Alright, fair enough.
But I think there's something in there.
Alright.
I don't think this is just like a block that's just kind of ovoid shaped.
Yeah, it's very distinctly an egg.
Yeah, something in there though. I'm pretty sure.
Some trinky shit going on. Alright, I'll take it back. Alright, well, thank you very much. And, we're getting out of here.
Okay, you guys. Yep.
That's us leaving.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's like a wind chime.
Ooh. Hard to do wind chime noises.
It is hard.
Yeah.
And you were going to a temple?
Yep.
Okay, which one?
You said Torm?
I said there was a temple to Torm as well as Shantae and a
Yes.
few others. Torm. Okay. You guys are making your way back to the police station.
Yep.
And you arrive at the temple of Torm.
Yes, and I'd like to give 10 gold to the temple on behalf of the Veils Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of as an intro to let them know about the Veils Guard and where they can find the Veils Guard, and maybe if they ever have any interest of supporting us, they could do so, but also looking for a paladin or cleric that knows some of the truth.
Alright, so someone comes over and they're like, you mean the Veil Guard?
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah. Are they still around? I heard they all disappeared.
we are. We're back.
We?
Yes.
You're one of them.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So when did that happen?
Fairly recently.
Like a week ago.
Yeah, like, hey, look, okay? It doesn't matter when. Why? Why is what's important.
And he says, okay.
We've already been able to seal off the grotto of
Growl of fuck.
Forbearance.
It's a good
What
growl.
is this? A Sune thing? The growl of a fuck. I haven't heard of that.
Not sorry.
A forbearance.
And he goes, yeah, I have no idea what that is, but cool.
Yes.
That sounds great.
Yes.
So
So reestablishing the spire and the buildings and rebuilding, protect the area.
Oh, that's great. It says, forgive me if I don't really know and or believe you because they've been gone for years and now you're just like, that's a thing.
Well, I have the ring right here to prove it.
And he's like, cool, dude, what did you need? He's like, I believe you because why would you really lie about this? But also, like, what proof? I mean, you say you have a ring. Like, that could be any ring. You know that, like, you did this thing for a small town, like, a week ago?
You're the first person to make it here from there.
Yeah, probably didn't get a lot of word out that that was going on.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just want you to be aware.
That's why I'm getting the word out.
He's his own promoter. He's
Oh.
his own herald.
I see. Okay.
He's waving his flag.
Don't give him puns.
Two good ones tonight.
It's true.
No, Ash, that is a good quote. It's just only moderators can add quotes, so Katie can do that. Oh, thank you. I forgot to change the D&D Beyond overlay. We're going to do that now anyway, so it's fine. No one's taking any damage except for Pat when unconscious, so we're fine.
That didn't. There was no damage though.
Yeah. So he says,
Circle of Truth.
Zone of Truth?
Zone of Truth. Cleric or Paladin.
Says, yeah. He says, I can do it.
Or a kick-ass bard.
Alright. We'd really need your assistance. We need to prove the innocence of one of our party members. One of the Vale's Guard.
You mean the Veil Guard?
Vale Guard.
He's like, dude,
It's got lisp.
he says, if you're going to keep doing it, man, you got to get your own name right.
True.
Anyway. Alright, yeah. And he like looks over and he's like, Johnny, just watch over stuff. I'll be right back. He leaves with you.
Oh, Johnny, I hardly knew you. Anyway, what did she say while she was in there?
She said that she's from Norin,
Okay.
and she has been at the Abbey for 5 years.
Right.
Her parents sent her there because
They
they
like
found
her.
her annoying.
Right, yeah.
And then she said that she was a bit much for the old boring men at the Abbey. Well, some of them were pretty nice. They were nice, but they were boring. So she left with you guys because you would put up with her.
We did
And
that.
you seemed cool.
We do. Or opinion.
Yeah. So that is what she said to them.
Okay. That was it.
That's all I can remember. Oh, they asked her what good deeds she had done, and she mentioned Brother Drander and Sorrow.
Oh, okay. Alright. They're gonna try and cooperate this.
Yes, which is why I got the sending kits to expedite the process.
Right.
Because
Alright,
I got stuff to do.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna look through my stuff and see what I can find.
Okay.
See if I can cooperate further.
Corroborate.
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 Cooperate.
No.
No?
Corroborate.
Corroborate.
We probably shouldn't say that too much because it has the word rob.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Cooperate. Okay. Alright, well.
We
whatever.
verify. How about that? Why don't we verify?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. So you guys all arrive back at the police station at the same time.
Oh, fancy.
I got a note from the guys, the Loviatar guys, that says, I picked it off one of their corpses, and it says, the glorious day of suffering nears. So this is ad-libbing, because you said it too fast, so I'm going to read the whole thing down. Await the tiefling sacrifice, capture the forest for Loviatar. So that could help.
That could help verify.
Yeah, verify. Yeah, verify. Alright. Oh, hey, how'd that go?
How about this priest? Cleric?
Ah, a pleasure to meet you. The name's Rick the Brick.
He sticks out his hand and says, Francis.
Ah, Francis. A pleasure.
Alright.
This is reverence.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Let's
Are you one of the Vale's guard?
Veil guard.
there's no S and no, I'm
Yeah,
not.
I know he's been saying with an S the whole time.
Yeah. That's
Oh
alright.
yeah. No.
I'm not. They are.
We recently talked to one of the brothers at the Temple of Ilnir up that way, and he wanted to reestablish it so that we could help the area, because there's the threat of the orcs from the north, and he thought that something like the Veil Guard would be a good way to at least bolster the area's defenses. So it's not like the Veil Guard, you know. We're just
We're just here.
it's literally just us and this girl that you're going to see.
Huh. Alright. Alright.
All right, cool.
So yeah, he'll come inside and you'll see Hooper is waiting for you guys when he comes inside and he says, you know what you need to get?
Yes.
Alright.
Now, Hooper, who do we have to prove her innocence to? Like, if we prove it to you, is that sufficient? Like, do you have the authority to release her?
He says, you do, but we'll get a couple of people together
Okay.
and then that way they can all hear the testimony.
Okay.
We'll get a couple of the detectives in here, the ones that were put on the case to figure out what's going on with Babyface Celine.
Alright. We should figure out who we're going to contact and what our 25-word message is going to be
That is a great idea.
before we get this started.
All right.
And I vote we don't include Brina in on it, because then they could say she coerced us to contacting the people she wanted, so
That's
they
a
would
good
lie
idea.
on her
Sure.
behalf
All right, so we could talk to these people, get their replies in front of
everyone.
these guys, and then they can go talk to her and see if they can get that same information.
Verify the information.
Yes, verify. Wow, I had a thought. Your thought interrupted it. All right, give me a minute. I gotta think.
I'll be here.
All right. Oh, do you think Brina has anything in her backpack that might help?
I
We should check to see.
don't know why you would think I know what's in her backpack.
All right. Do you think it's okay if we go through her backpack?
I mean,
I think, considering the circumstances, yes.
I was literally gonna say that.
All right, cool. I'll go through.
Yeah, Hooper's like, she's currently a criminal. So.
She's currently accused of being
Correct.
a criminal.
I mean, technically we should probably seize that for evidence, but I'm here, so go ahead and go
Yeah,
through it.
let's go through it. What do you got in here?
Hey Rick, isn't that your diary?
You don't know what my fucking diary looks like.
I got a map of the Boldlands.
Yep, we were here for a while.
Diaries.
He'll pick up a couple of the diaries and he'll flip through a couple. Which ones do you have?
The one that's mine that looks like a cookbook to everybody else, so to him it's just a
He's
cookbook.
like, all right, cookbook.
Rick!
Rick's diary.
And he's just like, you said your name was Rick? Cedric?
Does he read Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
And he's just like, well, this is yours.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you.
All right.
You know what? She had that and she had my cookbook.
Hmm.
I
What
love
else?
this cookbook.
I got a spool of twine that's 1,000 feet. I got a small pot of paint that sugar glazes. I have a key. I have a tiny grape. I have a rope. I have an urn.
Yeah.
I have a marble. I have a tiny cloud. I have a set of fine clothes. I have my scroll of pedigree. I have a couple healing potions.
You have a couple healing
I have a
potions?
greater.
Are you serious?
I have a greater healing potion than the one we got last week. I didn't use my greater healing potion that we got at like the beginning of the stream.
That's a load up.
Bartholomew!
It's funny because I have a great. Oh, my grandmother's last name is Bartholomew, and her brother, my great uncle, I used to call him Uncle Poopy.
That's where
The other side of the family to the inverted nipple.
No goddamn nipples.
Oh god, the internet's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on right now? Anyway, what else you got?
Salamander. Actually, no, the
God.
salamander lives in my hair. So
Oh, okay.
never mind. Lotus flower. My 2 orange balls with stars on them.
Yep.
And then like regular travel stuff.
It looks like she just has junk.
Did you take Brother Drander's diary?
No, I gave it back to
Oh,
him.
that would have been perfect if you had that.
Huh.
That's weird.
No, I gave that one back to him.
Alright.
I mean, it literally just looks like random junk to me. I mean, there's a marble and a grape.
12-year-old's backpack.
So he's like, alright, yeah, I don't think there's anything useful in there.
Still a pedigree.
Except for my diary. I put the cookbook back in though.
Boo.
Boo! You stole it.
Yeah,
You sent me in to steal from your house.
I
So,
sent
like,
you to steal my things from a thing, one thing, my thing. That's
yes,
not that.
Katie, Rick does have a diary, and Brina stole it.
I read a
So-
chunk of it.
Yeah, so Jake was writing out the diary entries for Rick's diary. as she was
Unfortunately,
reading it.
Brina's super slow reader.
Yeah.
More like Jake's a slow writer. Oh, right.
My proposed message to Calidus
Ah,
for the group.
Brina's just in the room, like doing weird yoga poses on the chair.
Master Calidus, Brina is accused of being a criminal mastermind. Please confirm that she spent 5 years there and is, in fact, a child. Bye. It's 25 words.
you're right. Except I have to send it.
I know.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know.
Or Wave could send it.
Either one.
There you go.
Say those things.
We should probably activate the kit first.
I don't fucking do any magic.
And wait until they get back.
Yeah. Not right now.
The answer comes back, and they all show up like, "Are you ready to hear it?"
Shit! 50 gold for them! Bullshit! Alright, who else should we contact? I got 2 more.
Well, maybe some of the other people have heard of maybe the captain. Maybe somebody's heard of. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do Queen Fireforge. She met Brina, and she would know that we killed the dragon, as long as Bigfoot and Blinky.
Waffle
Stomper and Go.
Yeah. As long as they made it back fine. I know their names.
They're on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I know their names. That's just what I call them. It's like nicknames for the names.
Brother Drander?
Oh, Hooper.
Hmm.
Do you have a date for any of these crimes?
And he'll go through, and I'll pull the files for the records to go through and figure out when all of them were.
I'm gonna see if there is any overlap, like a day where we were a place that this crime committed, so I can send it to someone and be like, just confirm that we were there. Like, were we there on this day?
Gotcha. So one of the days, was the day that the major theft happened was the same day as the shadow race. You weren't even there.
Oh, okay. I don't recognize any of these, you guys.
Oh shit, that must have been around the time you bought Trin.
Aha!
This one right here.
Me. Aha.
Yeah, there was, what was the name of that town? Jenna was the lady's name who ran this ritualistic race that we took part of. And it was in the town. Nope, smoked Gouda. Tromby!
Yeah, there you go. Trump.
Trombe.
What was her name? We need the
Her name was Jenna.
Jenna.
Yes.
That it? Just Jenna.
Yeah, man, that's all. I don't fucking go ahead. There was also the Marquis Moonwater, but that turned out to be an evil shadow that attempted to bring back, I don't even know, some sort of crazy old shadow over the land.
Okay. Would this Jenna person have, like, did they meet Brina?
Yeah, we did.
Would she remember Brina?
I'm the champion.
Yes, she
I was waiting to see if
won the
if
race.
they remembered.
No, I didn't. But
Damn it!
I wrote it down.
No more talking between out of people who aren't there. I'm gonna send
I
people
have
out.
all the notes, guys.
I'm gonna have to send you out of the room.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I know.
You can't play nice.
Okay,
One of
so
my notes from that day is also we learned Oz is bi-curious.
yep, true. You
Yeah.
did that.
True.
Wait, more than just curious.
wait until you guys. Never mind. Okay, so we could use Queen Fireforge to prove that.
Oz. We can contact Oz.
No.
Why not?
Brina's not there to tell you not to contact.
I don't know that Oz would be like he's just some random kid, you know, just some dumb kid from Bin.
He's your nephew.
Says
He's your nephew?
He is a good friend of an old traveling companion of mine,
Oh.
or he's the son of a good friend who was a traveling companion of mine, as far as I remember.
Okay. If you don't think he would be the best.
I don't think he would be good.
Okay, so
At all.
Calidus, Queen Fireforge, and Jenna.
Yeah, or Brother Drander.
How long did it take us to get here?
5 days.
5 days. Okay, so that is too long for us to be like, he'll walk. It's fine.
Yeah. It's right on the edge. We could buy another
But
sending kit if we need to. I think if they don't, if it's Queen Fireforge,
why don't we try those two
yeah.
and see if we need a third? Because the other thought I had was, so how what was the time difference between this Trombe
Mm-hmm.
and you guys arriving at
Brigand's
Yeah.
Homestead. Let's see, we went to Fellistone, took the boat, crashed the boat a little. That was
Yeah.
Dick Farley's fault, fairly.
I don't know who that
That's
is.
fine. Then we went into the forest there, got some wood to repair it. Lady Jenna, she agreed to fix our boat with magic, which was wonderful. But first we entered in their race because they needed extra champions, and Brina won the race and is supposed to return there every year to do the ritual. And then immediately after that, we went to Brigand's Homestead.
Cool. So none of that did you actually answer my question, which was what was the time difference between the race and you going to Brickett's Homestead?
6 days.
Okay. So that is another piece of information.
Right.
Without serious magical assistance, she could not have gotten from Westwick to
Trombe.
I was going to say, because we can't, without Lady Jenna, we can't prove she was in Trombe.
Right.
And I don't know if the spell will work without her last name.
Do you know if this spell would work without her last name? Because I know her personally.
I think it's just like, do you know any other Jennas?
I have a terrible memory, so no.
He's like, then I'm sure it'll work.
All right.
Okay.
I haven't met a single other Jenna.
Sure.
So it might be better because that
To do Jenna?
date
Okay.
corresponds instead of Queen Fireforge.
Really only barely knows Brina.
Yes, but still met her. And
Oh, champion. So
Which
she can be
which
like,
of you
she's
interacted
here.
with Jenna more?
Oz.
not wave. Not wave.
Not Wave.
Our
Who interacted the most with her?
other companion Oz interacted the most with her, but after that it was probably me.
Okay.
You know how like you're doing all of like the research kind of stuff right now?
Yeah, I'm driving this boat.
Yeah. Oz used to drive the boat, and I would just kind of be doing what Oz told me to do, except like one time, and he freaked out. So
Sounds unreasonable.
I did, yeah, because it's kind of unreasonable. And And that was right after he. Anyway.
Can we get back?
Yes, yeah, important stuff. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Fresh still. He was kind of like my nephew.
Oh man.
Did this race have a title?
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Okay.
I remember I rode on a Zobek courier. Oh, that was a fast horse. I had to get out of my. Let's see. I had to get out.
What was the date? So I can count it in
The
words.
first day of the month of the harvest.
Sure.
Sure.
That's what I have written, because that's the day I have to return
Yeah,
every
that
year
sounds
to race again.
Good job. Look at you guys with your notes.
I don't have the name of the race.
That's fine.
Looking for a fight club. So I have that as a note. But I don't feel like that's helpful right now.
Oh, cool. Proposed message for Lady Jenna.
Okay.
Lady Jenna, this is Oz's friend Rick. Do you remember who won the race on the first day of the month of the harvest?
That sounds like a very good.
That way we're not bringing up
Her name.
her name.
And we know that that's the right date. Alright, that sounds perfect.
So between those two, I think that's a good start, as long as they answer.
The
Yeah.
Magic Ritual of Foals? That the race? That's not the race, right? But that's
No, that's part of it though.
Yeah, that was the original ritual.
the race is a part of the
Yeah.
ritual.
To ensure that.
Keep away, Eternal Queen of Dark Magic.
Thought.
Correct.
Instead of my first message, the one where I said, please confirm that Brina is these things, do you think I should just ask Master Calidus, how old is Brina, and how long was she at the Abbey? That way it doesn't seem like I'm giving him the answer. It's not, please confirm that these things are correct.
Give us this information.
It is, what is this information? You think that's a better idea?
I think that is a better idea.
Okay.
It's that way. It's like a two-part confirmation. He's got a big brain because he's so tall.
That's not true.
That's a dwarven thing. Taller you are, the smarter you are.
That's also not true.
Well, that's in the
Yes.
the book of dwarven facts.
Celine's evil game character also got arrested.
No. She avoided that arrest.
She was
Technically, I was
apprehended.
not. I was apprehended. I was not arrested.
She was arrested, she was not processed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Right.
She was arrested. She fled, or fled
They,
arrest.
they never said I was under arrest. They were bringing me back for questioning.
You were under arrest.
Oh, shit.
Was it official?
You just got the shit knocked out of you last game, so I would
Yeah,
be
that's fair.
careful.
Fair. Good.
You got the shit knocked out of you last game too.
You know what?
I didn't.
You're right.
No, but you got more damage than you had previously.
That's true. That's okay. Morg came over to save me from the cloakers because I was in control more.
Yep.
Yep. Darian escaped, and Brina gets arrested for something she didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Although Celine's got good.
Wade runs
results.
out of weed, and Patrick now does acid.
Ah, it's all coming together.
Parallel universes.
I'm waiting for the one about Morg. I'll wait. Those are pretty good correlations.
Yeah. I don't have one personally.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Yeah. It's crazy.
No.
3.
It would have been better if Rick had been the one I rolled. But if it would have been better if it was Rick. Because then they would have been like, "Where were you on this day?" I don't remember.
Remember.
Master Calidus, this is Wave, friend of Chongo. How old is Brina, and how long was she at the Abbey before we left? Please answer.
That works. You threw me way the fuck off because you didn't start. You started with 2 out.
Yep, I did.
Okay.
And then I ended with 2 out.
I know.
That makes 25.
But I was also counting while you were doing it, and I was like, why am I behind?
So do you want to do those things?
Yeah, here you go.
All right.
They
Hooper. Everyone ready?
Yeah, and you'll see he calls in the 2 detectives who were interrogating her before, and the chief.
We've also asked for the assistance of this cleric, so if you have any further questions from us, you can put us in a zone of truth.
We also have this note that we procured from one of the followers of Loviatar when we were helping with the Tiefling Sorrow at the... What was the name of that?
Grotto of Forbearance.
The Grotto of Forbearance.
I don't care.
And he's just like, I'm not really sure exactly how this ties in as a piece of evidence, but we'll look at it.
It shows that I didn't lie about it.
It verifies what she mentioned in the interrogation room.
She seemed uncertain. I guess it's
She
Loviatar.
often is.
Then it's to the side.
Okay. Who would you like to hear from first?
Who you got?
We have Master Calidus.
The
one guy. Remember, what was he? The Lion.
Grandmaster of Lions.
Grandmaster of Lions at the Doton Abbey.
Okay.
And we also have
Should be called
we
Don't
also
feed
have
everything.
one of the leaders of the town of Trombe. Brina actually won their annual horse race and is their grand champion.
So I guess it's not as good as dinosaur race. Sure, you have that.
Absolutely. But that took place on the same day of one of these,
All right.
one of the crimes she's
Says,
accused
"Oh, this
of.
is pretty convincing evidence.
All
So
right.
let's hear from them." And
I don't know what you guys are laughing at. Who's going first?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Good luck reading Sultana.
I like how neither of you have interacted with these people enough for you to just be like, "Hey, it's me."
Yeah.
I had to write like, "Hey, it's me. I'm this guy's friend."
Yeah.
Remember?
Alright, so how do I do this?
Yeah, you write the name on the piece of parchment.
Okay.
Put it in the little bowl. And then you use the little match and you light it. And then once it's dispersed, the channel is open.
Lady Jenna, this is Oz's friend Rick. Do you remember who won the race on the first day of the month of the harvest?
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay. And you wait a little bit. And then a response comes back out loud to the whole room. Of course, that was Brina. Don't forget to tell her to come back next year.
Thank you.
It was like she didn't hear that.
Alright. I don't know.
Yeah, and then the bowl just sort of dissolves.
Oh.
It was like, no, that's normal. That's fine. That's how they work.
Alright.
Wave. Do you have any questions about what I wrote before? Because I know my handwriting is sloppy. I should have asked you this before you went, Rick. But like, comfortable with that?
I think I got this.
All right, go for it.
Alright, so I'm going to put Master Calidus's name in the bowl, strike the match, light it. Master Calidus, this is Wave, friend of Chongo. How old is Brina, and how long was she at the Abbey before she left? Please answer.
Okay. Some time goes by. A couple minutes. You wait for a response. And there's sort of an airy voice comes back and it says, I really liked Chongo.
He's right.
What is time? I think she was 15. Yeah, 15. Definitely here for a few years.
You got 4 more.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
You don't get that last one because you only had 4 more words.
Sacred ain't so.
It's gone. It's done.
Well,
And Hooper's like, dude, you
there it is.
guys know Chongo?
Oh yeah, Django was the fucking man. He hung out with us for maybe 3 weeks when we were on our way up to the Doton Abbey. Man, we were there when he and Kurt changed music forever, dude. Yeah, it was a hell
I
of a
would have
moment.
killed to have been there.
I know, honestly, and it was crazy because everybody was just hanging out and they were all just eating food in their big common room, and then just out of nowhere, these two just fucking lit up the place. I've never heard such a large group of people be so quiet.
Epic.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he says Jenna's, whoever Jenna is. That was a pretty convincing argument. I mean, the dates match up.
Right.
Master Calidus, he seems a little out there, a little confused, but for the most part, it seems like it checks out. Although she did say, you guys have been saying she's 12, and he said she's 15.
All these human kids, they just look very similar. I don't know. All I know is that she's too young to drink alcohol.
Yeah, she's either 12 or 15.
Yeah,
Both
doesn't matter.
are the wrong answer.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, we're gonna need a minute.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
all go off to have a little discussion in the corner. They leave you guys alone. Ted Cooper is also there. It's hanging
So
out.
is my fucking menagerie.
Yep.
I forgot that I got a fire-breathing drink.
That's right.
Oh shit.
So
I named him Lord Byron.
yep,
And my
Yeah.
songbird's name's Clarence.
they're having a conversation. Do you guys wish to discuss and or say anything while they deliberate?
Oh, that works.
If it doesn't, what's the next move?
If it doesn't, we'll have to get Brother Durander down here from Wickham. Or at least contact him.
Fair.
Maybe he and Sorrow can both make the voyage.
I think that Andy Fireforge might be a good option as well, because Brother Drander and Sorrow would be more witnesses
Incidental.
of her character.
Right.
It doesn't prove that she didn't do it. She could have stolen a whole bunch of stuff and then helped out. Whereas Queen Fireforge can put her on the other side of the continent within a week
Yeah.
of when these crimes supposedly happened.
That's for sure.
So,
Alright. Yeah.
and if not,
It's always an option.
All right, they come back over, and I would like you to make me a persuasion check with advantage.
And a +1.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
I would like this skill check to have the maximum possible effect.
that's what the inspiration cards do. This one goes back into the deck. All right. They're like, well, we've looked over the evidence. We've talked it over. You know, it's fortunate for you and your associate, but unfortunate for us because Babyface Celine's still out there somewhere. Let your friend know she looks exactly like one of the most wanted criminals. I mean, we kind of already discussed that, but that could come back to bite you.
Would you be able to give us some documentation that she had been accused and was proven innocent? Something that we could show to local municipalities? Like if we go to Defair, so she doesn't get killed on the street, we could be like, whoa, 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 we've been through this before.
Yeah.
This is not
Maybe
We are
your
certified
chief
by the law
say
department of
something.
Westwick. We have proven her innocence. Just something to give them pause so they don't murder her on the spot.
Yeah, no, that sounds reasonable. We can work up some sort of writ or document or something.
Yeah. Gotta be more careful about arresting kids. Definitely inappropriate.
I mean, you just said they all look the same to you, so you wouldn't know if they were adults or kids.
No. Kids and adults are different, I can tell.
I can't message without saying it out loud. I was gonna message you from 2 inches away, but like they would just hear me, so I could just say it.
So anyway, yeah, well, that's the whole thing about the whole Babyface.
No, baby
thing
face.
is that
she looks like a
kid.
baby. Oh, a kid. Alright. I don't know what you humans... What's your...
I mean, it's the same thing with halflings. They look like small humans. Could be confused with a child.
I know. Except when they have like a little bit of scruff, that usually distinguishes them.
Yeah, but like, what if it's a girl? For all we know, Babyface Celine could be a halfling. We never really looked into that far.
No, because
It sounds like you just made a big break in this case.
Maybe.
she's just she's the tallest. She's like a 3/4 leg. She's
Anyway,
so tall.
and he will go. They'll go and they'll open the door. Hooper will open the door and say, "Free to go."
Woo!
Come on, kid.
Doo-doo. Thanks for the donuts!
Here's your backpack.
Explain.
So what do you next?
Did you want to try and procure some dinosaurs for the guard tower?
I think that would be a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah, sure, we got 4,000. Well, you got 4,000 gold, right?
Yeah. This weed thing you got going.
All right,
like
so
how he does that? He just...
Yeah. A bit frivolous with his money.
I've got no
Just-
money, but you've got all this. We've got all this.
We've got
We-
this
you
money.
have-
I know a guy who used to be like that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you looking at me?
I know a guy who used to be like that.
Yeah, why are you looking at me?
Oz was like that.
What do you mean?
This is our money as a group. I'll take care of the group funds.
He was great at managing the group fund. He managed
So
it very
so he-
effectively.
All right,
Well, until
so-
you drove him off.
When you guys are heading out, we'll say you make your
Nice
way
with
back
people
to. Are you going back anywhere? Time waste or?
I was gonna say, where are we in the day now? How long did all this
It's
take?
probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Lunchtime?
Yeah,
Just ate 5 donuts, you pig.
That Rev says that?
No.
In that tone?
No. Rev Wood says, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, either way, these things happen because I got to get these trinkets out before I forget. Brina,
Yep.
you find an incense burner in the shape of an elephant.
Ooh.
Lighting incense inside it causes the elephant to walk around in a circle.
Ooh.
That's adorable.
And,
Does an
handy when I'm
old
doing my
lady
yoga.
in rags give it to her?
Sure.
Alright. I don't know if I would take that from that old lady in rags. We're adding color.
I like it. I laughed.
Alright.
Let me see.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, before the cleric leaves, I'm going to say, thanks. Sorry for wasting your time. Here's 10 gold.
All right. Sweet.
Donation to you.
Or,
I'm just going to say it's a donation. You can do whatever likes on there.
You find a flat metal flask.
Ooh!
that's always got your favorite alcoholic drink in it?
Apple teenies.
Imagine that's real.
It's a dead man's brew.
Yeah.
Four Horsemen. It's like a Four Horseman shot. Johnny
Wave?
Walker, Jack Daniels, Jose Cuervo, and the fourth. Jack.
Not the captain.
Okay, no.
Jim?
Thank you, Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
It's a
Sounds-
shot with the four of them. It's called the Four Horseman shot because it tastes like the apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's Rev's favorite.
Tastes like pestilence.
Yeah.
You have. Did I already give you the parachute for resistance training? For when you run, it slows you down so you can get stronger?
That
That's what
sounds familiar.
it does, doesn't it?
I don't remember it.
Is it for
Fuck it. Well, we didn't get that. You find a flag, dirty, busted, like old, really worn out flag / banner. Veilguard logo on it.
Hey, can you clean this off for me? Looks great.
I mean, it's still ragged. It's
It
just
still
clean
looks
now.
super old.
But yeah.
Clean.
And then Rick.
I'm gonna
It's Rick,
put it
yeah.
on one of my javelins and have it sticking out of my pack.
Okay.
Nice.
Rick, you find I can't fucking believe it's another one of those fucking eggs.
Oh, shit. Somebody keeps dropping eggs.
Is it silver?
Must be your
Looks
lucky day.
exactly the
It's
same.
almost identical. Feels the same weight and everything.
Knock on it. Does it sound hollow?
Ding, 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 ding.
Sounds the same.
Ding, 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 ding.
Sounds the same.
But does it sound hollow?
It's hard to tell. It's very heavy. The shell's seemingly thick. All right.
There's no ridges
Well,
or cracks or.
not yet. You can make some.
No, no.
Rick now has hairy boobs.
You can't tell. Not the
That's
armor.
true. You can't. That's true.
Just
All right.
nestled in
Well,
your chest hair.
thank you, Internet,
nest.
for tonight's episode. Yes, Patrick has a good twin, and Brina apparently has an evil lookalike. There's a lot of balance
Yeah.
going on between these two things.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
Intertwined.
Which I guess if it was the other way around, it would be that the evil game characters are mistaken for like a super good hero.
Yeah. It would be
Like a notorious.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
No, that'd be great.
That would be
Yeah.
like, oh my god. If people thought Temerity was a hero,
Yeah,
he would destroy
that would
everything.
be great. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
It's fucking Morg. They're like, oh my god!
What? No, I don't.
You look just like Wolfguard!
I am someone who looks a lot like Wolfgang.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and checking out the stream. Thank you to our sponsors, Initiative Coffee Company and Elderwood Academy. Again, no It Builds character tomorrow, as I will have to be off-site at a work meeting, and it's in the middle of the woods, so there's potato internet. So trying to stream that from my bedroom and this cabin in the woods is possible, but very, very unlikely. So. Thank you all. Thank you, Ash, and everyone for the donations, tipping the
Yes,
reliquary.
thank you.
Absolutely
Um,
fantastic.
Next week, upgraded microphones.
All right.
So we'll see you then.
Bye, Internet.
Goodbye, Internet.